Welcome into episode 88 of JD's Empire Sports Talk. A Knicks episode. Actually, we'll be doing our Knicks live stream versus the Pistons. Very, very big game today. But I will be joined by Jake Biggie Mills, of course. He'll be in here for a little bit. And CT is back for another live stream with the Knicks, which I know we had a lot of fun doing last time. Not a Knicks fan. He's actually a Celtics fan. But we allow him in just because, you know, he provides great content. I know he'll be talking about some other things along the way as well. But, boys, how we doing?
Good. Very good.
Well, CT, I know you're doing very good, but you want to talk? You can talk about it now if you want. I know you were very excited. You were texting me about it earlier in the day and stuff like that.
Wait, which one again?
Whatever you want to talk about. But
all right.
As we have a few minutes before the game starts, so
you know what? Let's talk about the AFC North game. Steelers Ravens.
Go ahead.
Tremendous
Take it away.
Sunday night game.
Yeah, take it away.
Won by the skin of their teeth. Aaron Rodgers making plays. Did a great job possessing the ball, not giving the Ravens a whole lot of possessions. Just a good team win.
I mean, listen, go ahead, Biggie. Yeah, that was an incredible game. I was just gonna say, pained me to watch, but
that was one of the best football games I've watched in a little bit of time. Just absolutely insane how you go from Chris Boswell missing an extra point, which he never does. I think they said that was like his what?
That's true.
Something like, I forget what the stat was, but it was insane. Like, he's missed like less than 5 in the last like 2 years, right? And then they think the Ravens have it, and they get a big play, set themselves up nicely, nice kick return, and then they miss the field goal, and Steelers win. I mean, that was insane, absolutely wild.
I mean, when the NFL scheduled that game, that's exactly what they were looking for. And they definitely got it. That was insane. The entire game, in the beginning, it was like a typical AFC North game, just like not a lot of points. And then all of a sudden, boom, left and right in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Lamar was making plays. Especially
he was making plays. Yeah, he was.
Derrick Henry had, what, 80-some yards in the first quarter?
Something like that, yeah. And he didn't really do anything the rest of the game. They kind of went away from that plan a little bit, too.
Yeah, I don't know why. He was cooking.
Yeah, especially what he did against the Packers last week, too. You give him the ball 35 times, he's going to do something for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's see. All right, so we got the Knicks game coming up in a few minutes. We'll have some other guests. Dom will be coming on. in a 20 minutes or so. I was trying to check the time. So Dom will be on in 20 minutes. The Knicks haven't won. They've lost their last 3 games. So we're not, as excited and happy as we were the last time when they won the NBA Cup. And I want to get Dom's thoughts on that because they were great up until then. I mean, they're still record-wise really, really good, but they haven't been playing, their brand of basketball lately. And the injuries are piling up. I know it's not major injuries, but it's, those little nagging injuries like Josh Hart sprains an ankle. I mean, that has nothing to do with, playing a lot. It could just happen to anybody. There's been a few guys in and out of the lineup. Mitchell Robinson's not able to play as much as he should right now because they're playing so many games. They haven't had more than 1 day of rest since I don't even know at this point. It's been probably the beginning of the NBA Cup when they had like 3 days off before that. So listen, the Knicks, it's all fine that you won that game, but now the real games count and you're only like 5-5 in your last 10. When you got a Celtics team, CT could talk about this. Celtics are playing out of their minds right now. I don't know if it's maybe they think
Jaylen Brown.
I was going to say Jaylen Brown is leading the way, but maybe they got some motivation thinking that Tatum's coming back if they make a deep playoff run. I don't know what it is, but they're playing great. Because listen, I'm not saying the Celtics aren't good, but they've been playing much better than I think than anybody expected after losing. A guy like him. I mean, he's
there's the expectations.
Yeah, I mean, Tatum has been obviously one of the best guys in the entire league. You're without him, and you're still 10 games over 500. I mean, and the Knicks lose tonight, they're going to jump ahead of them. So
I expected Jaylen Brown to hoop. I knew that he was going to step up and rise to the occasion. He loves a good challenge, and he's stepping up, averaging 30. Had a 50 ball against the Clippers.
Yeah, I saw you reposted that one. He was going off. I mean, he's always been good. He's always that type of guy. He needs like a heavy amount of shots to be successful, and we're seeing it right now. But yeah, the Eastern Conference, you got the Pistons. 26-9, who the Knicks will be playing tonight. So that'll be a good test for both teams, see where they're at. Then we got the Knicks 23-12, Celtics 22-12. The East is very close though. Like Biggie, obviously we know you're a Cavs fan. They're the 8th seed right now, but they're only a game and a half from the 4th seed. So as bad as they've played, in about 5 days from now, they can very easily be up there in the top of the Eastern Conference, which I think. I think in due time when the Cavs can really get it together, they'll be up there. I don't see why they shouldn't be. They have a great team. They have
that's the thing. And then I know Evan Mobley's been in and out too. Like I know in the Christmas Day game he didn't start, and that was like his
minutes restrictions.
You know what I mean? Like his first time not starting a game, like coming off the bench. But yeah, that's just injury, and he's a very good player. I mean, he is like besides Donovan Mitchell, which we all know is a dog. Evan Mobley has been fantastic. He's definitely him and Donovan Mitchell. Like at times, I would say Mobley's better than him. Like at times, not all the time, because we know how Mitchell is. But yeah, they've been underperforming, and it's sad because you know how I am with basketball, JD.
Yeah.
I just started watching again because they're actually playing well, and now they're not. It's like you with the Rangers, like like the Rangers do good, you watch. You're not like a huge hockey guy. But like if the Rangers do well, you'll watch. It's like me. That's like me with the Cavs. I'm the same way with the NBA.
Right.
You know what I
mean, I give you this. I did watch the whatever you want to call Winter Classic outside in Miami thing.
Oh, yeah, I mean that's was.
I did watch that. But
that was a good win for the Rangers, though.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I was watching the Knicks game. They lost.
Florida's not good this year. They're down. They're down. I don't know why.
Could be worse. Could be like the Indiana
Pacers fall off,
Yeah, the Pacers. I mean, I'm getting it on right now. I know the game just started. Knicks up 1-0.
Hit a 3-ball.
Oh, now it's 3-1. Yeah, I was gonna say because OG hit the free throw to start, but I'm gonna sign in on my my iPad instead, but because my TV is not really cooperating with me. No. Not tonight.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Only tonight. And then tomorrow would be if you want to go watch something on Peacock, it'll load in 2 seconds.
Technology.
Just the way it goes.
I love it, right, CT?
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, we got beginning of the game 4-1. Oh, that was a 4-point play. Brunson fouled him. Yeah, I guess he fouled him. CT, you have it up?
No, I don't have it up right now. I got it.
Oh, you got it on the app? Okay, yeah. I'm trying to because I have a Peacock account. It just I don't know why my TV is not working.
I found it on TikTok.
TikTok. Worst comes to worst, I can always get to that. It's not that I can't see the game. It's just
very far behind. I'm at
not a good start. Right, not a good start, JD. 7-1.
Oh man.
I see. My score is still 3-1.
What's your score, Biggie?
3-1.
Oh, yeah, you're behind.
Yeah, but I have it up, so
you're better than me.
Okay. Next score 9-3.
Yeah, they gotta.
He's our updater here.
All right. Did I get in? I think I did.
How about the Pistons, man? What a turnaround for them. Used to give out free wings if they win.
Yeah, they weren't giving out many free things.
That's true. And now they're doing a whole lot of winning.
They are.
Yeah, they what was it, like, 2 years ago they had 14 wins or something like that. They were like really, me and Biggie, I think we went through this.
We did,
because we were talking about how the Jets aren't able to, win any games and like turn it around, but then you got someone like the Pistons who were bad for like, very, very long time, and they were able to turn it around.
2000s, like they had a big run back in like the early 2000s, like around the time we were all born, like or so. And they just haven't. They weren't like that good for the last.
They used to have a squad, man. Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace.
That was the last time they were good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton. I remember those days.
Yeah,
that was a tough team.
Yeah, and then they just fell off like after all those guys like kind of got out of their prime, moved on. They weren't able to retain anything, and then they all of a sudden now here we are.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to screen it to my computer so I can look at you guys and myself. I'll keep it obvious. Can't put it on the same screen, obviously. Or we will get in serious trouble.
He's not on here yet, but Crazy Dom's got the game on. Yeah, he made sure he was logged in the Peacock yesterday.
I can't get it on at the same time. Oh, God.
I mean, let's hope for JD's Jets. I mean, the Indiana Hoosiers turned things around quickly.
Everyone turns things. Well, I'll have I've had a rant, brewing in me since yesterday. So it's gonna. That's why I encourage everyone to watch tomorrow. It's gonna be. Biggie might have to like lower his computer or whatever for a little bit.
Plus, Hoosiers looking good next season as well. I mean, they're knocking it out of the park in the portal. Got Hoover, the quarterback, is a gunslinger.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I heard about Nick Morris. Everybody likes him. Very good receiver.
And that's the thing I like about it. The thing I like about it is that they're not like most coaches in that situation, or like most programs wouldn't make moves like that. They would kind of they wouldn't even think about it, which is a bad thing, because then you have a year like Indiana has, and in the next season you're barely making a bowl game. But like Indiana's like looking ahead now, which is amazing, and I think that's going to sustain long-term success.
I think they'll be in the playoffs again next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they win the Big Ten, but I think they have a shot at I think Ohio State gets their get back next year, but because they were a really young team. But okay.
Right, we
finally got it,
13-7 game. Yeah, I got it up. 13-7 game. Knicks down, obviously, because they started out pretty rough. But yeah, no Josh Hart again as well. So they haven't, he's been out, and that's when they've had guys in and out, but him being out shows why he means so much to the team. Obviously, there's other guys that are more talented than him, but he's just the glue that holds it all together. And when he's not there, it kind of shows. And they're trying that Karl-Anthony Towns, Mitch Robb starting lineup, which I don't know why they're doing that tonight, because they Pistons don't even have really a big man that not that big, but it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see who he goes to on the bench tonight. I'm sure Deuce McBride. Yeah, he's coming in now.
I think they're trying to throw a bunch of bodies at Stewart, because you let him get going. I mean, he can dominate the glass.
No, without a doubt, that's the thing. But I feel like last year they tried this too late in the year with Mitch, but he's only started now because Hart is out. But I probably would have started Deuce McBride with Brunson, because Deuce is able to pick up the defensive liabilities from Brunson, and it also allows for Brunson to kind of have a little bit, relaxes a little bit, doesn't have to handle the ball every time. That's why they went I think Mitch has 2 fouls already. That's probably why they took him out so quickly. I want to look at that.
That's the thing with the Knicks too. Like, I know we've talked about it before. Depth was always kind of an issue a little bit last year, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, they were deep, but like not enough. So this is really testing that now, like, to see if they change anything.
And to be honest with you, now that we're watching this team play this year, I think they had the depth all along. They just didn't have, they weren't willing to play it. They weren't willing to actually, they weren't willing to actually put these guys, have confidence to put them in. And now they're showing it. Mike, that's the difference. Mike Brown has just shown the confidence. The other night, I wasn't too happy with how he went with his rotations. I think he played some guys that shouldn't have played together. I guess he's just trying to feel that out. But, Shamet should be back soon.
When you're down a guy like Josh Hart, you kind of have to like do stuff like that. You have to see who can really like gel together, because you don't see those guys a lot. When you have a few of your big name guys out, you don't get to see, guys off the bench, like how compatible they are. So now he's in a position where he can do that. You know what I mean? Where he kind of has to, to kind of fill that role of like those guys that have been hurt. So it's a good. I know they're losing some games right now, but this might be a good period for them to really test out their depth and see who works together and who doesn't. And then maybe Mike Brown will start rotating some of those guys around a little bit more. You'll see they'll be able to keep guys fresh a little bit more.
Plus, Thibodeau last year, he's more of a guy that likes to play 7, 8 guys. He don't really like to go deeper to the bench. That's just his personality of who he is as a coach. You know what I mean? He likes to play his main guys a lot, heavy minutes, and then maybe a couple of guys off the bench step up, and then just get it to the star here and there and just play good defense. I mean, that's just his DNA throughout his whole year as a coach.
Yeah, the CT, that's like, I don't know. I feel in the NBA, you're not, if you want to win a championship, you can have it like the Knicks. They had a really good team last year, but you're only playing 8 guys. It only gets you so far. I think you look at it, if we could talk about college and stuff like that, but college basketball, you can play 7, 8 guys and you can win like that. We've seen national champions that play 7, 8 guys. And the NBA, it's just way more physical. And obviously there's more time in the game and stuff like that, more games on the year where like you're not going to be able to sustain that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to be able to sustain that. And after that, like you got to be able to see. But Mike Brown has done a great job at playing, like Kevin McCullough. We all knew Kevin McCullough. Like if you watch college basketball, he was a good college player. But this is a guy that hasn't really gotten a chance yet in the NBA. He gets his chance. He plays pretty good with it. Tyler Kolek, really good college player. Last year, he was tough under the bench. I don't even think Tom Thibodeau knew he was even on the roster last year. And he's gotten his chance. Deuce McBride gets hurt. He puts him in. He's doing well. So like these are the things that you got to look at. And it's exciting to see that there's depth. They just need to get, fully healthy where they have the veterans that they really rely on to be in there. So, Josh Hart comes back, Landry Shamet comes back soon. Those two, that gives you your full rotation. And then you go from there. Those young guys got their chance, but now it's the big boys' turn. That's what I think that they're going through right now. But we just need to get healthy because these guys, in and out, which is tough. That's hard to, any sport. It's tough to gain, continuity when you're playing like there's 8 guys. Yeah, you have an 8 guy. Your main 8 out of your 10 guys, 8 of them are playing. You're still missing 2 guys. Then those 2 guys come back and someone else is. It's tough to overcome that. But I mean, I can't complain. They're playing well. There's something. I just don't like the way they've played the last 3 games.
They lost to a very talented 76ers team. I know that. I mean, I saw them against the Grizzlies. Any given night, Tyrese Maxey, you got VJ Escom. I mean, they're really talented with their top 4.
Yeah, the Sixers. Yeah, they're playing. They're playing up to their the back of their I like to say in baseball, the back of the baseball cards, but that's what the Sixers are playing. They have too much talent to not be good. Like that was something we talked about last year, which is injuries. Injuries killed them. But Maxey, I'm not saying that that Embiid kind of gave way to Maxey, but it seems like he's letting Maxey take more control than he ever has. That's how I've seen it.
It seems like Paul George is the 4th option.
Yeah, which he should be at this stage of his career. He's nothing. He's nothing special at this point. He's like if he can give you 14 to 18 points per game, that's great. That's great from someone like Paul George at this stage.
How it is.
Yeah, he's just older. He's older. He's gotten hurt. If they get that from him, that's great. If they don't get anything like that from him, if he's averaging, less than 12 points a game, then you have issues. But he's been good so far. Out of the timeout, Knicks score a layup, so they're down 17-13. I like OG guarding Cade Cunningham. That was something they used in the playoffs as well. Because Cade's a point guard, but he's huge. It's insane how big he is.
I know. 6'6", 6'7".
He's literally he's and he's big too. He's built. Him OG guarding him, it doesn't even look like that much of a difference. And OG is one of the more better built guys in the entire NBA.
I mean, the Lakers didn't have a master for him either.
Yeah, the Lakers, they're another team. They have a good record, but I don't feel like they can do it in the postseason, especially in the West. The West is outstanding this year. It usually is, but
they don't make any moves. They'll be one and done.
I agree. Luka can only get you so far, right? He can only get you so far.
Not a great rebounding team. Not physical. Don't defend. Not a good recipe.
Especially when you got to face the Thunder or the Spurs eventually.
Right.
Even Denver too.
Or the T-Wolves around one like last year.
Yeah. Yep. So Cade knocked down 1 of 2. They're down 5. Brunson's playing well tonight so far, which is, the usual, but still. Got to have that when you start out slow. But let me see how many points. He got 10 of the 15 points, so he's carrying right now. Yeah. I was going to say, I wanted to look at that because he's been scoring pretty well, but let's see. Cade answers back. I think someone's checking in for the Knicks. I can't really see. I think it's Clarkson. Oh, Clarkson. Mitch is coming back in. I think McCullough. So they're kind of giving McCullough a lot of burn. CT, do you remember him from Kansas?
A little bit.
Yeah, right. I that's why I was like, I didn't realize who he was. Like when he first came in the game, I was like, the name's very familiar. I just can't remember the school. And then they said he played at Kansas. I was like, okay, I do remember him now.
It's one of those guys that at the top of your head in college, and then they get drafted by an NBA team and they don't really pan out like you thought, and you don't hear about them anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. Really, really good college players, and then some of it doesn't translate.
Yeah, guy that came to my head. I know this is like a more stream of just talking. What was his name from Duke? Grayson Allen. Was that his name? Grayson Allen. Is that his name?
Grayson Allen. Yeah. He was so good.
Where's he at? Who's he? Is he at? Is the Jazz? Is he with?
I think he's still on it. I think he
is. He's still in the league.
He plays well, but not what he. Yeah. You
is
always
he on the Suns still?
He might be. I don't even know where he is. He bounces around all those Western Conference teams. Someone picks him up every year. I remember him when he was on the Bucks. I know at one point.
Yep.
And then one of my all-time favorite college basketball players, Luka Garza.
Luka Garza.
Luka Garza. He was a monster.
He was in the pack at Iowa. Oh my God.
Tyler Hansbrough. That's another one. North Carolina.
Who was it?
He was a monster in North Carolina. Tyler Hansbrough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's an older guy. Yeah.
That was a little bit ago. Yeah.
Yeah. No. He's on the Suns, but he's averaging 16 a game this year, so he's doing pretty well. Yeah. I mean, listen, he's been a good NBA player. I just understand totally what you're saying. He's just a guy that
you don't hear about much anymore.
No, he's a double digit, not close to 20. This is the most he's ever averaged in his career. Actually, he's never done more than 14 before that. But I know what you're saying. He was a superstar, in college, and now not as good.
I know. I hated him in college because he played for Duke.
He was a dirty. He was a dirty player too.
Dirty. Yeah, he played for Duke and he was a dirty player. I hated him. That's when I was like a little more into Syracuse basketball than I am now. So I was like, yeah, no, I hate this guy. He sucks.
Yeah.
But he
Austin Rivers was another one. He cooked at Duke. He had insane handles. Yeah. The shot creation, the playmaking. Like Austin Rivers was him at Duke.
Yeah, he was great. Oh, he got blocked. So 20-16. We got under 5 minutes to go. Dom will be with us at 7:30. Then we'll have a new crew coming in after halftime. Should be two guests we've never had before. So we'll see what they're going to bring to the table. I won't say the names. You guys will find out when you come up when they make their appearances. But after halftime, it will be a little interesting. See what they got. They do know ball. I'll tell you that. They know ball, but we'll see what they got.
Like I said, a motley crew.
People. Yeah, we do. Adding to it every week, and even now, if anyone's watching us right now and you want to, jump in, if you're if you're a Knicks fan, Pistons fan, if you just like basketball, just reach out. We'll get you on there. Even if you hit up one of the Instagram pages or something, we got our phone near us. We can get you on there.
We do. Yes.
Yeah. The more guests, the better, honestly. Last time we had all those guests on, and we were having a great time. So
yeah, it was us three and Dom.
Yeah.
Good old Dom.
In a few minutes.
Yeah.
Get Dom on here to a little distraction from the Jets situation. So at least we can focus on one of our few good teams that we got.
Yeah, I was gonna say Clarkson, for you and Dom, this is like a getaway for you guys. The Knicks.
Yeah, we need it. We need it. Clarkson almost
had the Jets. They've been getting the bell. Teams have been getting the bell.
CT, I don't want to talk about it.
It's been BTA. 5 straight losses by 20 points.
Yeah, and the idiot that's watched every single snap of that.
Guys.
Was that?
I said, the idiot that watched every single one of the snaps of those games.
Who?
Me.
You.
Yep, that's me. It's not even. I know. I don't want to talk about it tonight, but I will say it's not even like the players that were on the team, because even in the beginning of the year when they had their starting defense, some of the players they had, they still started 0-7, so it didn't even matter. It was just they were just not a good coach team, and the effort was definitely not there. Though I'll tell you that the last 5 weeks. They went on vacation very early.
They're ready to go to Cancun.
Attaboy Deuce. The Knicks get within 2. One thing I could say, I know me and Dom talked about this way back, opening night. Deuce McBride and Clarkson, we were going to say, those guys, 2 spark plugs off the bench, and they have been that all year. So the Knicks get within 2 points, under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. McCullough comes up with the steal. And we got Dom coming in. Let's get him on here too. Yeah. Biggie, you want to help me out here? I don't want to put him there we go. What's up, Dom?
What's up, guys? How we doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What's going on? Perfect timing, too. You came on for the timeout. But
that's great. Go ahead.
No, go. I was going to say, whatever you want to talk about. It's all open forum.
I'm glad it's this game. I was worried. This is the team I'm worried about. And there's always a dark horse that comes out every time we are the team that's supposed to be. And this is it. This is the team this year. Detroit looks great, man. They look good. They look good.
They do that, and they have everything, especially like defensively. They're really good. They have the star player. Cunningham is great. We saw it last year in the playoffs, and they got even better since then. So that was kind of like I kind of been watching the Panthers this year. Like, they made the postseason. I think that both of those teams, like Pistons and the Panthers, they were a year early to the postseason, but it's going to help them. Like the Panthers next year, I think are going to be really, really good. And we've seen it with Detroit right now. I mean, 26-9. It's crazy.
Is it Rams Panthers in that first round?
Yeah, that's the first game Saturday.
The Panthers beat the Rams, didn't they, in the regular season? I think so, right?
They did. That was only a month ago or something like that. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I do not like that an 8-9 team gets to host a home game. I really wish they would have just outright beat the Bucks. That's got to change, but that's going to be a good game regardless. It's going to be a good game regardless. Or I'm totally wrong, and the Rams are going to come out and totally blow them out of the water. But
I don't think they'll give them a bell. I think they win by like a one possession game.
The spread is huge, though. I was looking at that earlier today. It's big. It's like 10.5.
10.5.
Yeah.
Wow. 10.5.
For a playoff game, it's crazy.
Especially on the road. That is crazy.
It's crazy for a playoff game. But if anyone's just tuning in, we got the cover. Oh, yeah. I think so, too. But if anyone's just tuning in, we got the Pistons up 27-25. Almost at the end of the first quarter. We got about 3 minutes left. I struggled to get the game on in the beginning before anyone was watching us. Thank God no one saw me go through that. But but we are all good now. I thought it was on MSG. I was like, oh, okay, I'll throw it on MSG, and I go on there. It's not there. I was like,
same. I was annoyed. I'm like, how many things do I need to be subscribed to watch a game?
Yeah,
that's
it's insane.
Sad reality of it now.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I got rid of the original cable, like the old cable, just because of the equipment, and I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna stream, and it's just as much of a racket, bro. It's just as much.
Yeah. We got rid of cable like 3 years ago now. We've had YouTube TV. So, I mean, it's like cable, but it's way cheaper and like all the, not the crazy like setup and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what this rest of this first quarter looks like, man.
Yeah. Let's see what they got. They didn't start out good, but they made their way back. And Clarkson 6 points and Deuce 5 points. They're always providing that spark plug off the bench. And they lost 3 in a row. I know we're not going to panic, but we got to win this game tonight. I think it's a great and the Celtics are right there. And CT's a Celtics fan, and he doesn't stop talking about Jaylen Brown, but they're right there. They're right there. The game out.
I was looking at the standings the other day, and I saw it. I'm still in football mode for another month.
Yeah, me too.
But come end of the Super Bowl, it's all football and hockey. I mean, it's all basketball and hockey. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is our only hope, Dom. So they have to go far for us.
They have to go far for us. Yeah, it's right. They better go far for us. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. The Mets haven't done a thing for me. The Knicks got to get to June. They got to get to June because then we'll have our summer of can the Jets be good? Well, at least we'll have that for a little bit, and then reality will hit us in like October.
The first week, first 3 weeks, yep.
Yeah. Oh, in and out with Clarkson. Let me show.
Here, we got a question for Dom here. Dom, you're a Rangers, Isles, or Devils fan?
I am a massive Rangers fan. Massive Rangers fan. Yeah, get it from my dad. Never gonna leave it. So, granted, I the one jersey team I have to root for. I absolutely despise them. So sorry. Sorry if you lean Devils, brother.
Yeah.
Oh man.
37% from beyond the arc this season.
Let's see what man.
Minute 22 left. Ooh, that was a foul. Oh, no foul. Okay.
We expected.
Thought it was fouled.
Yeah, man. The Pistons are a gritty team, bro. That's
they
what
are.
It is. They're a very gritty team.
They compete.
Yeah.
Like the old Pistons around, man.
I know,
like the old days. Like the old days.
Well, we were just talking about that, Dom. Like, they had that run in the early 2000s, like where they were like, like they were known for being like, physical and like they were really, really good. And then they fell off after all those guys moved on. And then now they're back.
I mean, look at Stewart. Stewart's like is like today's Ben Wallace. You know what I mean? He's not a big, tall dude, but he eats up the paint because of the strength. So
strong like an ox.
You get that. You get Cade. Cade, I hate to have to hate him because I just love the style of his
way
game.
He plays.
The way he plays, a little teardrop. It's just he's fantastic. Like I said, I hate to have to hate him.
Boy, Bridges. We got 33 seconds left. Pistons up by 1. Couple of turnovers. Knicks taking advantage, which is good because Bridges' jumper hasn't been there the last couple of weeks, so he's trying to find other ways, to play well.
Yeah, I could deal with a little bit of inconsistency on the offensive side, so long as he makes the plays like he did against Boston in the playoffs.
Yeah, and he's been a hell of a lot better this year than he was last year. Yeah, yep. Last year he was probably the most hated Knick. I'm going to be honest with you. We didn't have many, but he was up there.
No, agreed. And like we talked about it in one of the past streams that we've done. It was his first year. It was. He was the main ball handler in Brooklyn. It was an adjustment. I think we have seen an improvement overall this year. I don't think he's going to be the offensive player that, people are thinking he needs to be, given we gave up 4 first-round picks. But I don't think that's the expectation either. That's not his role.
And listen, when you think about it, I know Brooklyn and the Nets and the Knicks aren't like a big rivalry. I mean, people may think it is, but I don't think so. But you're still trading with the team that you share the city with. They're gonna make you pay a little more for a guy if you want. Just the way it works. That's why I was saying, like, if the Jets were behind the Giants and they wanted to trade with them, the Jets would have to give up a little more than any other team would if they wanted that pick. But you don't have to worry about that.
talking about that, did you see? So obviously we know the Mendoza and what's the other guy's name? Dante Moore out of Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Todd McShay post today. He basically was like telling the guys like nobody in this draft wants to be a Jet. He should just stay at Oregon an extra year. I'm like, bro, like that's we're reaching levels of just it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It's insane. Like I saw that today. Like Dante Moore's agent said, literally, JD, I don't know if you saw it. I sent it to you.
You sent it to me. I just didn't open it yet. I'm waiting for tonight.
Being drafted by the Jets. I mean, what the hell is that?
Yes.
Did you hear what Adam Schefter said about a week ago? He was like, the Bills going to be okay because they got a bye week coming up.
Yeah, they were talking about that. Playing the well, it looked like a bye week game yesterday. They looked like they were scrimmaging.
Mitchell Trubisky looks like that first round pick. He was even when he was
supposed to be, right?
He might have just got he might have just bought himself like a starting job for a temporary period next year. After that,
do you understand NFL NBA team 4 turnovers? We forced 4 turnovers all season. There's NBA teams that turn the ball over 4 times in the first 2 minutes of a fucking game. Excuse my language. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's
crazy.
Unparalleled terribleness. Like
it's crazy. Usually, like you run into it. A turnover just finds you. It's like the ball hits their hands to try to pick it off, and it automatically hits the ground. Hits off 2 guys, hits one in the head. They still don't catch it.
I mean, they should have had one against Buffalo.
Yeah,
that one ball hit him in the hands. That should have been their
one of the corners that they found from Walmart, because I never heard of any of the players they had out there yesterday. I was like, who is this guy?
Nothing. They were throwing flag football teams out there.
Yeah, they were.
Football guys out there yesterday, bro. It was bad.
Still don't know who number 46 was. He was like playing safety with his hands in his pocket. Like he had like the warmer on. I was like, I've never seen him before.
I'm glad we can use these commercial breaks to vent about how much the Jets just completely just sucked this year.
It's just embarrassing. Like we've seen levels of it.
Parking lot at the Wawa in Tinton Falls, right, JD?
Yeah.
So they picked all them guys up.
Yeah, that's exactly where they found them. They found them in Jersey somewhere at the American Dream.
Some random Wawa outside.
The American Dream.
The American Dream.
Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare.
You gotta laugh at it at this point.
You have to laugh at it, bro. You have to laugh at it.
The Wawa in Tinton
Listen,
Falls.
I mean, first year they were 3-13-1. The Lions under Campbell. So we'll see what happens. But Campbell's a different breed, I think. Anyway,
yeah, I think so too. At least you knew like when that year ended, like he did something well. Like I don't know what, like I know me and Becky talk about this tomorrow night, but I don't know what Glenn does well. Like we got worse in every possible statistical category. Like the players that were supposed to develop, like Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, they didn't get better. They kind of, I think Johnson got way worse, and McDonald was just there. Like I don't know.
Yeah, they found him at the one in Piscataway. Yeah, we were. That was in Piscataway on Friday. Yeah, we stopped at the Wawa in Piscataway.
A little sketchy.
Yeah. Dude, you guys have a Bojangles in Jersey, by the way?
A what?
Where the hell are they putting that?
Piscataway. I was getting on the on-ramp because I went to a Rutgers basketball game Friday, so I was in that area. There's a Bojangles.
I would have thought like Patterson.
Oh, nice.
But
no.
Piscataway works.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, let me make sure it was Piscataway.
Beginning of the second, Pistons have scored 2 possessions in a row, so it's 35-29. So I think the first one was a 3.
Yeah, Bojangles and Piscataway. It's right before the on-ramp to 287.
Word.
Wow. I was shocked when I saw it. I couldn't believe it.
We're spreading the news about all types of subjects here, guys. We're going football, basketball, food choices.
That's usually what we do.
I mean, this is fantastic.
This is what these streams are for, JD.
That's
it.
We
get ourselves serious on Tuesday, but then when you have yourself a live stream for the Knicks game, we get a little crazy.
Yeah, tomorrow night it'd be more, business casual type of thing. Like tonight, whatever you want to talk about. That's what I was saying before. Whatever comes to mind.
That's great.
How about these college football playoff games? Remarkable.
Those are going to be great. Oh, the last week was great, but I think these might be better. I can't wait for Oregon, Indiana again.
I mean, that Georgia Ole Miss game.
Oh, dude, Indiana all the way.
I like that response.
Indiana all the way. I don't care. That Kurt Signetti guy is something else. I'll take that. Yeah, that guy's got a set on him that you're not gonna find. You're not gonna find it often. It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's a great coach.
It's a great guy.
I like Ole Miss as the dark horse. I think they get.
I want to see them win just because what they went through. That's what
I
want to
see.
see.
100%.
Trinidad Chambliss can play. He can really.
D2 guy. He was a D2 guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like the underdog story.
Plus, you got Keywan Lacey, the best back in the playoffs. I mean, I'm liking Ole Miss.
It's good to see teams that have not been in it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like no Alabama. I think
no Georgia, no Ohio State.
No Georgia, no Ohio State. I think that is what we wanted to see out of the NIL. You know, like out of the whole, like that's what it should look like. Where you could, through the transfer portal, a team like in Indiana who, look, doesn't have a top 5-star recruit, coached well, picked the right players, playing in the right system. It's great.
Yeah.
Hard foul right there. Who was that, Kolick?
I mean, Indiana's proven in this era that you don't even need 5 stars in order to compete. All you knock it out of the park in the portal. Next thing you know, you can get far in the college football playoffs.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah. Kurt Signetti, Western PA, baby.
Say that again?
He's from Western PA.
Yeah. He looks it.
He coached at IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. PSAC.
Wow. You know, we talked about the last stream, like Kolick potentially being part of any of these trade packages. They better not get rid of Kolick.
No, I wouldn't.
They better not get rid of Kolick. Kolick looks good. He's from when we talked, from that night that we were talking at that. What was it? That
was the NBA Cup final. Yeah, that was like his coming out party.
That was his coming out party, and he hasn't looked back since.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know right now that kind of with the guard situation, they got 4 guards. You really want to play 3, like in terms of point guard type players. But if they're all playing well, you got to find minutes for them. You have to.
Yeah, and that goes back to what we were talking about with Thibodeau and Brown. That's a little bit of a difference. You're fine. We're starting to see some of the differences that could be advantageous later on in the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when the postseason comes, it shouldn't be playing 11 guys. But right now, it's fine, especially when you're dealing with injuries. And I was telling before you came on, I was telling Biggie and CT, like they haven't had more than 1 day of rest in like 3 weeks at this point. So like they really need to help these guys out, like trying to not play as many minutes.
Agreed.
We just need Josh Hart back soon. Hopefully his ankle's okay.
Detroit, none for New York. Make it 5 swats for the Pistons.
Yeah, you're a little ahead of me.
Get rid of it. Nah, it's nothing. Yeah, no, man. It's not gonna be an easy game.
Definitely not. I'm feeling a Brunson hero game tonight. Like he just scores like 45. I don't know why I feel that.
It's off to a great start.
He got 12 already in the first quarter. So.
You were gonna say something about Clarkson earlier. My bad.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just saying, like Kolick's playing good, but yeah, obviously he's gonna be behind a Clarkson and a McBride, just how good they've played as well. But they all have to play. That's what I was trying to say, and you said it perfectly. You said that's the difference. Mike Brown is letting these guys, like Kolick's young. He's made a few mistakes, but he's not just yanking him off the court because he turned the ball over. He's letting him actually work through it, which. Listen, we know this is a veteran team. That's what they're trying to do, win now. But you also have to think about, okay, maybe if Deuce gets a little expensive for us and we don't have a backup point guard, now we know we have one on the roster. We don't have to go out and get one. That's the difference. Because at some point, Deuce McBride is going to be too expensive for them to keep around. Maybe not now, but a few years from now, I would say he's going to be a starter somewhere.
Yeah. Or could end up being. I like Deuce. But again, we talk as if like I'm more and more thinking about the Giannis thing, and the rumors that he wants to play there. And when that happens, if it happens in that manner, you know it's Towns, and then it's going to be a package of. So who's going to be in that package? You know what I mean? And it's going to be guys that, like you just said, might be a little too expensive to re-sign, but can certainly be used as an asset in a trade like that. I don't know or think it's going to happen, but I'm just saying we've seen history with the Knicks where no, we're not going to make any big trades. It's not going to happen, and the pressure starts to mount, and then all of a sudden it comes out of nowhere. So
we got a month. We have a month to see whatever happens with that. And listen, Mike Brown with the Kings. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Kings are. I think the Kings are a kind of a hopeless organization. I know we'll talk about that later on. Me and EJ, but
under Mike Brown,
they did. Yeah, I mean,
he really good.
He has a good record as a coach. Like, obviously he hasn't won a championship yet, but the teams he was with. I mean, yeah, with LeBron, all right, but like after that, he didn't really have a legit chance. But the Kings are a mess. They trade every starting point guard they have. They trade away.
The Kings seem like the Jets of the NBA.
That might be the Wizards. The Wizards might take that one home.
Wizards might take that. Agreed. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
No, I agree though. The Kings just for some reason just can't get it together.
And they had good players, or they've had good players, I should say. They either trade them or they just it just doesn't work. I don't know why they would try to bring in DeRozan and Levine when it didn't work in Chicago. I think it's going to work in a different, franchise. Right. That's stupid, but I say the ball over too much.
Yeah. Say EJ's the only Kings fan I know ever.
I actually don't know. I don't think I would know another Kings fan, honestly.
Yeah,
but,
no.
I mean, you'd find some back in the day when it was like Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, and Mike Bibby.
Oh yeah,
White Chocolate. Back in the day, I could have. A couple of friends from the block were Kings fans because of that. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's not the same. It's nowhere near that today. Not the same.
On Bridges. Nice shot. So the Knicks are down 3. Kolek made a deep one, and then Bridges makes a nice corner 3 as well. So halfway through the second, 45-42 Pistons. So it's exactly what the game I think we were anticipating coming in. So very, very good.
Well, we're talking about their resilience, but we're resilient as well. So
good old Boogie Cousins. He's dropping like 20-20s. Like 40,
he came up somewhere recently. Yeah, he was in a video. He was doing something recently. I don't remember what though.
What, Boogie Cousins?
He was at an event. Yeah, some event that was. I don't know. I can't remember why. I don't know why I can't remember it.
He used to be a matchup nightmare.
Yeah,
I remember I used to go and playing 2K. Years back. I used to use him a lot.
He's a cheat code.
He was. Any big man like that.
Yup.
To bring home the biggest prize of all.
18 bench points for the Knicks so far, and they actually cut the rotation down a little bit tonight. 9 guys, so they're taking it more of like a a playoff game type feel. I think
it's a statement type game.
Yeah, it is.
This has like playoff level type.
It is. It does.
And I know the Pistons aren't happy
midway through the season, right? What is it? 26-13, whatever. What's the record?
Knicks are 23-12. So that's what this is like 36 games. So almost halfway.
Almost halfway.
By the end of this week, probably.
So, yeah, this is a big game. Cut it down to 2 games to cut it down to a 2-game lead.
Snap the losing streak.
But we talk about catching up to Detroit, but we also got to fend off Boston, man. Boston without Tatum is a 3 seed.
Shocking.
Okay. Without Tatum is a 3 seed. So
crazy.
JD, we talked about that at the beginning of the season, man. Like how much we thought they were going to struggle without Tatum. Look at them now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we said there'll probably be a playing team just because they didn't only lose Tatum. They lost Jrue Holiday. They lost Porzingis. They lost a lot of scoring. But they've been fine. I can't believe they've been that good. I'm not shocked though. It's just their coaching is great.
I thought there'd be more like
coaching is great.
I'll be focusing on what really matters.
And Stevens is a great evaluator of talent.
Absolutely.
I just think he's just been so consistent.
Yeah, that was the best move he made, becoming the front office guy than the coach, because he wasn't, he was okay as a coach, but they've gotten so much better since he made that transition.
Agreed.
Speaking of the Celtics, they're up 14-11 on the Bulls right now.
Yeah, they'll probably win that game tonight. Yeah. They're home too.
Yeah, it's in Boston.
I'm trying to see when
somebody on the Bulls goes off and shoots, makes like 10 threes.
$10, 8 pieces,
Yeah.
1 bit.
I'm trying to think of the next potential stream, but we got a lot of West Coast games coming up.
Yeah.
And we're not doing any weekends because football is on, so no one would watch us.
No, hell no. Not
I wouldn't want to do it myself.
No. Although you could do a playoff one. Happy to do a playoff one with you guys. That'd be great.
Maybe.
That'd be dope. They got the playoffs are gonna. I'm so glad there's so many different teams in it. Jags Bills is an interesting matchup.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a great one.
That's gonna be a great one.
Bears Packers Part 3.
I'm excited to see how the Jags all actually are. Like here's the thing with teams like the Jags, like, you know what I mean? Like that, like a big turnaround like that. You really want to see how they do when they get to the big stage. Like, obviously you can play really good in the regular season, but you're going against a team like, I know the Bills had their flaws this year, but they're an experienced team. They've been there for the last 6 years or so. Since
and they have the best quarterback in the playoffs for the AFC.
Right.
The other one that's going to be interesting is the Patriots, because at the end of the day, great season. You've won the games you're supposed to win, but you've only beaten one team with a winning record. And I'm not talking shit. The Jets suck. Forget Jets, Patriots. But at the end of the day, just talking football, you've only beaten one team with a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen in the play? Like, what's going to happen when you meet one of these teams? Like, look at the Rams have beaten 4 or 5 teams, that have winning records. So what are you going to do? What are the Patriots going to do when they're going to meet one of these AFC East, these AFC foes that have won games against winning teams?
Yeah, and the thing is, too, Drake May's only a second-year quarterback. You know what I mean? And, not saying Vrabel's a terrible coach, JD. You know how much I praise him on the show.
He's very good coach. Yeah,
Great coach. Extremely good coach. But, again, this is his first year back into it, with the Patriots. And then, again, Drake May's only a second-year quarterback. So you got to take all that into consideration. Same with the Broncos. You want to look at the Broncos the same way. I mean, Bo Nix is only a second-year quarterback.
I was going to say, I actually think the Broncos are going to lose their first game they play.
Yeah. Oh, you got them one and done.
Their offense just doesn't impress me. Your defense can be great, which we've seen teams get carried to that point, but if they say the Bills win this week, because I don't know if the Chargers are going to win, but if the Bills win, the Bills will play the Broncos. I think the Bills can beat them. Like, that's just how
I think the Bills can beat the Broncos. I agree with that.
Yeah, they have a shot.
And who are the Patriots playing? Remind me.
Chargers this week. I think they win this week.
Patriots.
They can win that game. They can win that game. It's gonna say a lot. If they beat the Chargers, which the Chargers not no joke. They've had a great year. They got a good defense, but I think they can beat that. I think they can beat them.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed with that Chargers offense.
And their offensive line, their offensive line. They had none of their starters. I think are even there anymore. They're all hurt. So.
No, it's been a patchwork offensive line for a while since Joe Alt got hurt, and then it just went down from there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We're back from the timeout. There was a foul. Oh, offensive foul was on the screen, but under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 47-42 Pistons. So great game so far. Just wish it was on MSG.
Agreed. Yeah, it's something about Mike Breen and Walt Frazier that just
It's a little different. Yeah, it's great. I mean, Walt hasn't even been there that much this year, which is I think his time is. I think he's going to retire. Maybe. Yeah. They've had a few different guys in his place. I guess they're trying to see who they think should be, to his replacement.
Yep. Even the Rangers without Sam Rosen is just.
Yeah, I don't like it because they have Kenny Albert, but he's never there. He's always doing something else. So it's like you don't even have your main, who you think is your main guy to do the games because he works. What is Biggie? You would know more than me. He does one of the. What's the what networks is really the hockey games on now? Is it TNT?
TNT, yeah.
So he does that. I think he does that. So That whatever it was the other night, he's the main guy for I think it was TNT, right? The Winter Classic, whatever that was on.
Yeah. TNT is like the big hockey network.
Yeah, because they switched, right? It used to be something else.
I think they used to. Yeah, NHL used to be big on. Wasn't it FS1 they were on?
It might have been. I know they switched networks though, because it was a little bit of a. It was on ESPN recently, but I don't think it is anymore. It maybe is a little bit. I don't know. They switch everything.
Become more of a thing on ESPN, which is good. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, because ESPN never covers hockey.
No, now they are. Now they are more, which is great.
Yeah.
Fast-paced game so far. It's not even 8 o'clock, and it's almost halftime. Wow.
Yeah, they're down 7 though, man. Come on.
Yeah, the turnovers.
You gotta
they have
go on
like
a
8
run to end
turnovers.
this half.
Oh, now it's 9. 53-44. Man, call timeout. The turnover. I think they have like 8 turnovers. They had 5 turnovers in the first like 3 minutes of the quarter.
Yeah. What were we just talking about?
Yeah,
the turnover.
Gotta cut it.
Turnovers, man. We're talking about turnovers.
3:45 left. 53-44 Pistons.
Yeah. Well, a team like the Pistons, that's what I mean. I'm probably saying something obvious, but that's what they do. I mean, they're gonna force a turnover, they're gonna score in transition, and that's how they're gonna get their runs going. That's how they're gonna. We went from talking about it was a pretty close game. They were within 3, and just like that, it's ballooned to 9. You know, so
yep.
Defense to offense.
It was just a few minutes. It was 45-42 the last time out, and then the Knicks have scored 2 points, and they've scored 8, just like that.
And that's with Brunson coming back into the game.
Yeah, it's with him coming back. Yeah,
that's with him coming back into the game. So again, just a testament to like this. Just imagine a 7-game series with a team that built like this to this level of grit. You know what I mean? This is what's concerning.
Which I love. Listen, I love the Knicks, but I think they do lack in that a little bit, especially when obviously now Josh Hart not being there. He's like the main guy for that. But there's not many other guys on this team that you look at and say, yeah, they have that. Like I don't think Cat has that. Brunson does.
No.
OG does, but he does. I feel like he's hit or miss with that. Bridges, he's a good defender, but I don't know if he has the grittiness type thing to him. But a team like this, like you said, they may not be as talented as the Knicks, but if they're going to outplay him in certain aspects of the game, take advantage of turnovers, deflections, stuff like that, that adds up, and you won't win. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Still early. I would love to see that as a postseason matchup again, though. Last year was fun.
That was a great matchup last year.
Oh yeah, last year was great. Last year was great.
A lot of those games, the Knicks. I was gonna say a lot of those games, the Knicks got outplayed and they just won because of the clutch shots at the end. That series was very close.
Yep. I don't think they're gonna have the same luxury this year because Detroit's like a year more. To your point, like they're a year more experienced, and like you see, you learn those lessons through a playoff run as a young team. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you could tell that they've learned some lessons from last year.
For sure.
And K's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, their entire team has, and I wouldn't be shocked if they even listen. They're going to be aggressive. They want to make a move, like a trade or something. They'll do it because now they know they're good. They have a young, really good team. So I wouldn't be shocked if they make a move.
Spending and grow her money.
CT, did you see Trae Young is trying to get out of Atlanta? Wonder where he's going to go.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who needs point guards.
Sacramento.
Trae
Young. Yeah.
Oh man,
hate that guy from that playoff run that year. Oh
yeah, that one, and he made it like so personal for no reason. Like the Knicks were like not in the postseason for years before that, and he made it like he was like public enemy number 1 for like no reason.
It's the only thing he's done.
Yeah, literally, that was his glory days. Beating the Knicks when they had Elfrid Payton as their starting point guard.
Yeah.
The ice tray.
The guy that couldn't shoot.
You know what team I think Trae Young can go to? The one team that pops in my mind that's a contender, the Houston Rockets. They could use a point guard right now.
Like a true point guard. I could see that.
Bodies flying everywhere.
One of those teams in the West, I think, is going to try to get him to try to, be better than, or try to get it up to that level of the Spurs, Thunder type level.
Because right now the Rockets need a point guard. They are a bunch of good wings and a good centers. Like, they're huge, but they got nobody that can orchestrate that offense.
Cunningham and then Thompson getting on the floor. Just both teams here.
The West will be interesting to see how that shakes out. That always gets so tight.
Yeah.
But
every
OKC,
year.
man. OKC might be the next little dynasty. I don't know. We'll see. Have they lost the game? They still only got 2 losses?
They've actually lost
5.
a few recently. Yeah, they have 6 now. They have 6 losses now.
That's right. They lost to the T-Wolves too.
Yeah, they lost to the Spurs 3. They lost to the Spurs 3 times in December, and then they lost to the Suns last night.
All right, so they're coming back down to earth. They're human.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Spurs have shown that they can be beat. I don't know if it's just because the Spurs can match up well with them, but they actually shown that they're not unstoppable. Because I thought they weren't going to lose more than like 5 games earlier in the year.
Well,
because
at one point,
what
was it, 27-2? I think
Something,
it was.
Yeah, 20. I think it was 27-2. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty damn good start of season.
It is. It is.
When the Spurs and Thunder match up with each other, I think like the Spurs guards are like a lot better. Like, they're more talented. Obviously, the OKC guards are good, but like from a talent standpoint, with Dylan Harper and the Castle and the Vassell, like, they got a bunch of dudes that can go out there and get a bucket, and they play hard at the same time. That's why I think like they match up really well against the Thunder.
Mm-hmm. As we were talking there, back-to-back threes from the Knicks, Brunson and Deuce. So they're only down.
Yep.
Now it's 8 because of a big shot by the Pistons. So 58-50. I didn't even know Duncan Robinson still played.
You know, it's funny you get out of my head, bro, because I was going to say it earlier. He was a pain in the ass against us when he was with Miami, and now he's just doing it with Detroit. It's yeah.
Yep, the playoff series against Miami, he was like he couldn't miss. That's all I remember. He couldn't miss.
Bananas, dude. Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a time when Duncan Robinson and Martin were trading threes, shooting like 50% from deep.
Oh, nice shot by Cade. So it's 60-52. Close it in on the second quarter. We'll take a break at halftime, and then we'll have our new set of guests rolling in the second half.
Pretty much what they've done this entire season.
Let's do it against each other. 54% from the fields.
Nothing.
63%.
Oh boy.
He clears and wants to push. He's got Robinson in the corner.
I'm actually a little ahead of you today, Dom. Last time you were way ahead of me.
Yeah, like 2 seconds, just a little ahead.
Washington, Isaiah Stewart. Pistons, a rare turnover for Detroit.
Yeah, they haven't turned the ball over like that.
Yeah, Detroit's been really good with that. Yeah, hitting the mouth. You got to try to score here, and maybe try to score again if they can.
Mm-hmm.
Just beautiful touch.
Yo, JD, I got a question about your Mets.
Sure.
What do you think about Blackman's comment when he talked about the difference of the Mets culture when they had Jose Iglesias and JD Martinez? He said the culture was a lot better. Guys were buying in, and then like he talked about how like recently, ever since like they left, basically, it's being paraphrased, and like the culture is like completely different. He's saying that the Yankees culture is a lot better than the Mets culture.
Yeah, first part of that, I seen it from the beginning. It looked like there was something going on with the Mets. And listen, obviously, when you have a group of all those different guys, you're not all going to agree on everything, but you can't let the outside, things of life affect you on the field. And I think that's what happened with them. And they couldn't overcome it. And then, once you go down that road, you've been on teams where it gets worse and worse and worse, and you don't have the leaders there. When you have no one to actually try to stop the bleeding, I should say, it gets worse, and that's what happened with the Mets. And I think the Yankees have always had a great culture. They're one of the, I hate to say it because I don't like the Yankees, but they're one of the model franchises in every sport. They do everything right. The Mets don't, but they do.
Yeah, for the most part.
But in terms of like, they never have clubhouse issues, and if they do, it doesn't get out like what happened with the Mets.
True.
The Mets, that was embarrassing. And I think everyone knew it. Even during the year, we all knew it wasn't just a play on the field. It was something else that was going on. And even in the offseason, why do you think all those guys were like not on this team anymore? I don't think it's a coincidence, but that's a great question, though, CT. Perfect question leading into halftime.
These first 2 quarters.
But yeah, 64-54. So the Pistons went on a little bit of a run there again. Let me put this up here. But I just want to thank you guys for coming on once again. This is the OG group we got going on here. We're gonna run with this every stream. I think we got a perfect balance with Dom, CT, and Biggie. But we'll take a break now at halftime, then we'll reset for the second half. Hopefully the Knicks can do a little something here, so we can keep the undefeated streak on the stream alive. Hopefully. But any final thoughts you guys got here before we take a break?
Let's hope they turn around, have a strong third quarter. Other than that, I hope to do it again with you. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a happy New Year. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good rest of the evening.
Thank you, Dom.
You as well.
Hopefully the Knicks make a run in the second half. Hopefully make it a good game by the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Get back at the lead, cut it down to like a couple of points in the third. But other than that, it's been great being on the stream. Have a happy New Year, guys.
That's it. Thank you. We'll do it again soon for sure. But we'll be right back. I'll be right back with a few other guests along the way. But thanks for tuning in for the first half. We'll be back after halftime.
Have a good night, guys.
you
Welcome back in, everybody, to the beginning of the third quarter. We have the Pistons up 64-54. So the third quarter will be starting very, very shortly. We'll have a guest coming on very right now, pretty much. He should be in a few seconds. We'll get him on. I don't want to say his name yet because he's new to the program, so I want to introduce him properly. And then we should have another couple of guests coming on after that to end out the night. First half, of course, was the normal crew. We had Biggie, Dom, and CT on, which we'll be doing another Knicks stream soon. Maybe doing a couple other things along the way in terms of live streams. I think the live streams we get the most, people that come in, they look, they watch, they have fun with it, leave great comments and stuff like that. We got to figure it out because the Knicks are going to be on a West Coast trip for a little bit, so we're not going to be able to do them for a little while. But we'll do some other things along the way. But with that being said, our next guest is here, Mr. EJ. How we doing, buddy?
JD, how are you, brother?
Good, man.
You can't complain.
EJ's debut on JD Empire Sports Talk. If anyone from Big E's channel, TJ Productions, is watching, you definitely know who EJ is. But I'm happy to have him on our program as well. Now, as you can see, he is a Steelers fan with the Steelers hat, the Steelers jersey, everything.
Big time.
And the Kings fan. He was the Kings fan from the comments before. So, but he's just coming on, talking ball for a quarter or so before we have a couple other guys come on to finish it out. But EJ, have you watched any of the game? Are you able to watch it? Because this has been a rough night.
I have MSG.
It's not even EJ. It's not even MSG. It's Peacock, and it's exclusive. There's all these different things I had to try to go to watch this game. I finally got it on, and the Knicks aren't playing good, so it's not really helping our case. But yeah, so the Knicks are down 67, of course, 67 to 54. Brunson has 17, and pretty much that's it. No one else is playing well tonight.
Brunson's worked out for the Knicks, though, I think, so far. I mean, taking a look at everything that he's done in his time in New York, I think he's definitely a gem. He's definitely a gem. Glad they have him.
In terms of any city and stuff like that, it's very hard to have everyone on the same page in terms of rooting for a specific guy. And he's one of the few guys in New York that everyone can say, oh, you bring up his name. It's all good things, obviously, like you just said. It's not, oh, well, but he doesn't do this good. He's great. He's great in every sense. And when they first got him, I don't think that they thought he would even be anything this close. Yeah, he would be a really good player, but he's turned into a great player. Like he's one of the top, I would say top 10 players, top 15 players in all the NBA now.
100%. 100%. I mean, and just again, like you said about people getting some, fan base to root for like one specific, like this is the guy. I mean, even down here in Pennsylvania, I see it all in Pittsburgh too. Brunson jerseys are everywhere.
Wow, okay.
You know how they go in Pittsburgh, right? Like they don't no Philadelphia, so like there's a couple Sixers fans, but like they look for other teams. Lots of Cavs, but I see a lot of Knicks in Pittsburgh. So, and a lot of Brunson jerseys, especially at those parties. You go on the college campuses. He's very popular there for sure.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. At least we get some. I when you said Cavs, I can understand that just because of where Pittsburgh is and stuff like that.
Right there.
And I know no Philly. I know they don't. They don't do that, and they don't have their own basketball team. So that's good.
Couple Sixers fans, but it's like it's kind of sacrilegious if you like any Philly teams. I mean, I recall a guy getting into an argument at one of the bars that I was at, because when arena football was a big thing, the Philadelphia Soul was a thing, and the guy mentioned that and they just gave him a hard time, and it was almost a big over arena football. So just no Philly.
Yeah, no. If that's happening over that, imagine if you brought up the Sixers, the Eagles, stuff like that. It would never go that way. That's funny.
No.
Yeah, and then in New York, we kind of mix and match our teams. We just root for whoever we want. We don't really have a certain thing to go by. We kind of just pick whoever. With everyone, I could say mostly Knicks fans, though. That's kind of the one.
Right.
That's why if the Knicks win, it means so much to the city because everyone is rooting for them. You have the Yankees, you have the Mets, you have the Jets, you have the Giants. That is
100%.
Hockey, Rangers, Islanders, and the Devils are one of those teams. Their jersey, but they count as well. In basketball, it's really Knicks, and that's it. I don't know if you remember. I was at the Knicks-Nets game. This was in November, and it was at the Barclays Center. It was at the Barclays Center. It was probably 75-80% Knicks fans there, which shows that nothing against the Nets. It's just that it's a Knicks city, and it will never change. I don't think
they
ever.
should have stayed. They should have stayed in New Jersey. I mean, I was big. So listen. So I still follow the NBA, but not nearly as much as I used to way back in the day. I'm a little bit older than you, but not entirely like super old.
Not that much.
But I remember the days of the New Jersey Nets. I remember it clear. I mean, I was at the last New Jersey Nets game at the Rock. I was there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just remember just a completely different vibe. They had it seemed like the fan base is a little bit more tight knit. Obviously, it doesn't help when your team's kind of falling apart. You have to move to a different city. Like Jason Kidd and Vince Carter not there no more. It's like stuff like that. Everything changes, but every team changes realistically, right? Players leave, vibe changes. It just But unfortunately for the Nets, they're also competing. They weren't even the number one team in the newspaper when they were playing in New Jersey. The Knicks got the front headline even then.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're
that's
right.
that's what the one thing the Devils struggle with. The Newark newspapers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rangers. I mean, even the Islanders get a column before the Devils do, which is wild. And it's unfortunate, at least if you're a New Jersey fan. But you know what? That's what happens sometimes, especially when you're in markets where you're really, really close to another market. And I don't think I can't think of any other markets, JD, besides that NYC metro area
That's that
close.
close.
So many teams that are that close. It's like,
yeah. I mean, the Jets and Giants play in New Jersey because of how close it is to New York. That just explains, how close. I think MetLife is like 8 miles from, Manhattan. So that just shows how close everything is. How everything is there. But first time out of the third quarter, just wanted to give an update. Pistons 73, Knicks 56. So Knicks coming out of this timeout, they better go on a little run here. This game's going to end early, and our undefeated streak on streams is going to also go to nothing. So we gotta come back.
I realistically, I pay as much attention to the East. My brother's a Sixers fan, which naturally is a difficult conversation because I can't really relate to what he's talking about. But I'm a Kings fan. Boy, I've just been so disappointed with just how things have gone because they had it made. They make the playoffs and all this stuff, and then the next year they just fall apart. And I think getting rid of Mike Brown was a big part of that. De'Aaron Fox won it out. Even after Mike Brown was gone, I don't know, they were quarreling together and then they hated each other. It was just a whole thing. That was part of the downfall. Sabonis, I mean, like, how long is Sabonis? Like, he's gone soon. He's got to be gone soon.
Yeah, he's
not
next.
staying around. He's not staying around. Now, I will tell you, Russell Westbrook has worked out tremendously for us, and if they could just put a freaking team around them, the Kings might be doing something. But you can't put one or two guys. There's 5 guys on the court 24/7, right? And when 2 guys are doing their job and the other 3 are just playing wacky, happy, Flappy the Clown basketball, it just doesn't work out that way. You don't win games. So
yeah, it's never going to work like that.
It's rough. It's rough.
Bringing up Russ, I just checked his his stats this year. He's been probably the best year he's had in like 3 or 4 years. So he's playing well. Yeah, he's playing really well. Which, I mean, when they signed him, they probably didn't think he would be that that much.
Yeah,
based off of how he's played lately. But listen, they're an 8-win team right now, which is that I didn't know they were this bad.
Jeez. They're terrible.
Yeah, 8-28, man.
I unsubscribed from the NBA ticket because that's not even worth watching them. That's not even worth.
It's not, especially like if you're staying up late to watch a game against your team to lose is terrible. Terrible to do that.
You just check your phone and you go, "Oh wow, they're playing the Clippers," and then you get in there and you're like, "I'm so excited for this game. I paid for a special plan to watch." And if they're up there and the Clippers are up by like 40 at halftime, and you're like, "Well, I just wasted my money on this."
Yeah,
should have saved my money.
Yeah, I should have saved your money, but hopefully they could turn it around soon. But they've always had certain pieces, but like you said, and they can never put it together, which it happens in the NBA. I feel there's always like in the NBA, it's one of those sports that you can have great players, but if they don't mesh, it just doesn't work. Like the other sports, you can overcome that. Other sports, you'll have your moments where guys don't mesh and it doesn't work, but you can overcome it. NBA, it's a team, really is a team game, but you need the superstars. But if you have that and your team doesn't come together, we've seen it. Like when you talked about the Nets before, the only relevancy the Nets have had in Brooklyn is when they had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. But they didn't mesh. And when they didn't mesh, obviously we know what happened to them. They had, I mean, even at that point, I don't think they took over the city, but they had a lot of attention because of those guys picked the Nets over the Knicks, and it obviously didn't work out. But yeah, that's a perfect point that we're talking about here. Just that you need, and with the Kings, I feel bad. Like you get what I go through with the Jets, and you understand the Kings. It's the same thing.
Same exact thing. And it's like, I still think I remember exactly where I was. Game 7, Golden State. We've got this. We're about to win. And they lose in Game 7 at home. And by the way, on a side note, Sacramento's got one of the best home advantages when they fill that arena. I don't know if you've ever anybody watching, when you get a second, just look up the Kings home advantage. I mean, the way the arena's built, you're like right on top of the players, and it's just a great atmosphere. But we hadn't seen that in years. And to blow it in 7, it's like, okay, we're optimistic, right? And then just that next year to flop. I mean, you have De'Aaron Fox, you've got Keon Ellis, which what even happened to Keon Ellis? He just fell off. Sabonis had a almost MVP season. Almost. And then you fall apart the next year. Brown's out. Fox is out. Everything falls apart. And then LaVine, I like Zach LaVine, but he's too spotty for me. He'll have a great game, and then he'll go 3 straight terrible. Then he'll have 2 games that are great, and he'll drop 5 that are just like, you were better off sitting on the bench. Like, no.
We talked about this before. I don't know if you caught it when you mentioned that comment about Mike Brown, and then we talked about it. It's like the Bulls had LaVine and DeRozan just last year, and it obviously didn't work there. And why would the Kings, go to get those 2 guys and bring them together again when it didn't work the first time? I don't get that. But just shows an incompetent organization, I guess, right?
It does, and it starts at ownership. Unfortunately, I know this with the Pirates as well, but if your ownership and the people making the decisions and running the show, if they are not competent, you could have some of the best players out there, but you're just not going to do anything. It starts at the top. Everywhere.
Yep, I agree. Knicks down 75-56. So out of the timeout, they've had a few possessions, haven't done anything, and then the Pistons, another turnover. Oh man, they're turning the ball over way too much tonight. And the Pistons look like the more athletic team, which I was nervous about coming into this game, that the Knicks were going to get exposed a little bit in terms of playing fast, because they don't play that fast. The Knicks, they just have the better players usually in every game where they can dominate because you have the better athletes out there. But in terms of up and down, if they're playing that type of game, the Knicks they're not going to win it just because they don't have that style, and that they just don't they don't play like that.
Right. Now I'll tell you, when I think of New York Knicks basketball, it's the Knicks strike me as the big buff guy in the bar. If you wanted to foot race the guy, you're going to beat him, you're going to dust him. But if you want to fight, like, the Knicks have always, to me, been a punch you in the mouth. We're going to bully you in the paint. We're going to get the dirty points, the nitty-gritty in the paint, beat each other up. But they've never been that fast up and down team. Never. It's just – but you know what? I recall some of my favorites. So I did a lot with my brother when he was growing up, and one of the only ways I can get him to go to bed was to watch the Sixers games. A lot of times when they play the Knicks, I just watch, Remember Stoudemire was there. I remember Jeremy Lin and all that other stuff. My brother was little, but he would, every single time we saw the Knicks on the schedule, put it on the TV, and we saw the Knicks, he'd say, well, we're going to lose. You know why? Because the Knicks at that point were what they kind of are now. They play bully ball. And they just, that's all they do is in the paint, get the dirty points. They're meant to get up to leads and just hold on to leads. That's the way I see it. Now, as far as what they were, I mean, I know they had a little bit of a gap where they weren't impressive, like in between that stretch. Because now they're back to glory. They are, and I love it. And you know what else? As much as they're playing Detroit, I like to see Detroit back and doing well too. Because we were at a point, JD, where I was really sick of Cleveland and Golden State and the Lakers were annoying, and Miami got annoying, and it was like, can we see like the Knicks do good? Can we see like Milwaukee do something, or Indy, or somebody else, please? So
yeah, I mean, it was years and years of Cavs Warriors. That now the NBA has been over the past few years. I think the Thunder are kind of they're trying to take that back in terms of being a dominating team. But the past few years, it's been different teams that win. I know the Bucks won a couple of years ago. It's a different different teams that are in in contention. But for Detroit, they suffered for years of bad basketball, and now they're playing well. And then with the Knicks too. I was like that was the Stoudemire Melo days. That was like early 2010s, and then they went from I think 2014 to COVID without really even making the playoffs, not even close. And then since COVID, that's that they've been good. Yeah, 4 out of 5 before this year in the playoffs. This year will be the playoffs. So it'll be 5 out of 6, and I expect them to continue, making the playoffs as the years go by. But yeah, and I'm not saying this obviously because I'm a New York Knicks fan, but I feel in terms of NBA basketball as a whole, I think that it's much better when the Knicks are playing well. That's just how I feel. I just feel that way. I feel like the NBA is kind of one of those sports when you have a New York Knicks team that has a history that when they're playing well, the NBA as a whole looks good. I don't know if it's maybe just because I'm a fan of the Knicks, but I just feel that way.
No, I agree. That and the Chicago Bulls, when those two teams are thriving, the NBA is thriving. I have a question for you now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
What happened to the Utah Jazz? They were at one point in a playoffs, kind of just making more, and then they fell off.
Yeah, it was Donovan Mitchell being traded. I think that was the beginning of the end for them because they drafted him. Let's be honest. You think about all the cities that all these teams play in. I think Utah is probably at the very bottom of being an attractive place for a superstar. So when Mitchell had the chance, of trying to get out of there, that was when I don't know if you remember this. The Knicks, he really wanted to come to the Knicks, but the Knicks weren't willing to give up, all that the Jazz wanted because the Jazz's front office or GM guy, he used to be with the Celtics, so he never liked the Knicks. It goes back. So that was why the Knicks didn't. That was why the Knicks didn't make the trade because they were getting a little bit of tax on them because they were the Knicks. So then the Knicks decided not to do it, and Mitchell went to Cleveland. And then since then, the Jazz have been they've been brutal. They haven't really had any players that you even look at and be like, these guys can do it. I don't think they can do it anytime soon. I don't know. They don't have a bright future. I'll tell you that.
It's bad when the Kings are beating them by 25 points, and I'm going, wait a minute, weren't we losing to this team a couple of last year or something? It's like, no, Mitchell was out. Rudy Gobert was out. I'm not sure. I don't even know where Rudy Gobert even is. He fell off the face of the earth too.
He's on the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I forgot he got traded too.
And Minnesota's back too.
Yeah, they've been really good. Yeah, they've been good. Anthony Edwards is a beast.
Right. Oh my. Yeah, because the finals last year was the Thunder, and that's another team where it's like I remember they were stupid good, then they fell off, and now they're back.
Mm-hmm.
The winter for me is playoff football, and then I follow a lot of the hockey, and then I'm like I only tap into basketball right before the playoffs. I follow the Kings and all that other stuff, but then I'll go okay, the Kings suck. They're not making the playoffs. I got to start tuning in on other teams. That's what my schedule is. I have a time clock.
Little clock. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm in baseball. It's halfway through spring training. I start tapping into baseball so that I'm prepared for opening day and I'm not blindsided by everything.
Yeah.
The Pirates are going to be not great. They'll be better than they were last year, but they're not going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've actually, they brought in some players last couple of weeks that should be better than what I'm not saying that obviously, the way you get it with the Pirates. But the guys that the guys they actually got are MLB, hitters. You look at their lineup mostly every year. You look at the last 5 guys and you're like, geez, where the hell did they find these guys from? But now it looks like they're actually going to have a little bit of a lineup. And I think it's more so, you got really good pitching. You have to try to do something to help these guys because last year it wasn't fair to them. It was not fair to them at all. But yeah, I'm the same way with the clock of sports type of thing. Football, even though obviously my team's not good, I still watch all the way through September to when February. Then baseball comes around, and I'm so happy the Knicks are good because that's going to be my saving grace, hopefully till June, so they can actually play deep. Because I don't think the Mets are going to be very good either, so I have nothing to look forward to.
And I understand that pain for you, dude. And you know what? That's the other thing. It's like I don't mind the Mets at all. Matter of fact, I like going to Citi Field when the Pirates go in there because the Mets fans are very nice to us. They and I have nothing but respect.
I got a fan.
Hey Rob, what's up, buddy? I have nothing but respect for New York sports. Nothing but respect. Rangers, Islanders, Devils, all of them. Like, obviously, like I don't like one more than the other, but like them. Yankees kind of get annoying once in a while, but the Mets, big time respect for the Mets, big time respect for the Knicks and the Nets and the Jets and Giants. I mean, I grew up. One of my favorite players was Chad Pennington. He played for the Jets. He was a quarterback for the Jets.
Yeah.
And I was a big Eli Manning fan. And I had been to the Meadowlands multiple times for Devils games and then at MetLife and Giant Stadium. And I have so many good memories with New York sports. So I have nothing but respect for you guys because that is what you're dealing with now. Besides, think about it, right? The Knicks are better now. They're kind of back on top. Devils and Rangers are kind of spotty. The Islanders are okay, actually, right now. Jets and Giants are struggling, but they'll be back. And I think the Giants will be back soon.
Next year. I feel that way.
Next year, they will be back. They need a full year with Dart and Scatterbo. I don't know where the Jets stand. They're falling apart right now. But let me ask you this question. You're the Jets fan here. What is the main what's the main source of concern right now? Do you go after a quarterback or do you stick it out with some guy and just start stockpiling picks? Because I was thought about this the other day. Do you stockpile picks next year and kind of just phone it in, and the year after that obliterate the draft and come in with a bunch of guys and start anew?
I mean, listen, I love what you're going to because the quarterbacks we've talked about this, off online
right.
and stuff like that. That the quarterbacks, I personally don't love them, but obviously my opinion in terms of them drafting someone doesn't matter to that. But
right.
If they do draft the quarterback, whoever it is, I wouldn't play them. But then that part of it is, you know how New York fans are. We're going to be calling for that rookie's name when he's on the bench, when our veteran, whoever the veteran is that they go out and get, may not be playing bad, but he may not be winning us games where you think that the rookie can do it. So that creates a whole nother issue, which I don't even think they should go into. But they're going to be forced. Which
did that too,
you get that.
Kenny.
Yeah, you get that too.
And let me tell you something. Kenny Pickett was an NFL caliber quarterback until the Pittsburgh Steelers ruined him. They put him in way too early. They should have stuck it out with Trubisky, and they put him in too early, and Kenny got scared because the whole city turned on him in 2 weeks after calling for his name for the first 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, you made the point right there. That was exactly what I was going to get to. We've seen this with a number of teams. The Packers do it the right way because they actually sit the guy, let him develop and go. But Pittsburgh, like you just said, New York, the fans aren't the most patient people out there in terms of even 100%. Lifestyle. So we're going to be. I know I'm going to be doing it. Oh yeah, I don't think this guy's ready, but the veteran is not playing that great. Maybe give this guy a shot a little earlier. Even this year with Jackson Dart with the Giants. They're lucky he came in and actually looked like he knew what he was doing because there was no reason for him to even come in at that point. That was 100%. A little too early for him, but he actually, he played well and they were able to avoid a major, mistake by putting him in early. But with the Jets, you're also, Dart was drafted later in the first round, so you have more of an excuse to put the guy on the bench. With the second pick in the draft, if you're taking a quarterback, very unlikely that guy is not going to be starting week one. But like a Dante Moore, he's not ready to start in the NFL next year, week one. Like that's the problem. But then if you look at it, the other aspect that you just said, you go out there, you go and stockpile a whole roster. You still don't have that quarterback for next year. And Glenn. And then Glenn feels the pressure. Oh, what am I going to do? I don't have a quarterback. I don't know if I'm even going to be here next year. That's the problem. If he had a better year this year, I feel then he would have the luxury to be like, you know what? Let's get the team all ready for 2027 when a rookie quarterback can be inserted with a good team surrounding him, and we can just go out and get ourselves, a veteran quarterback that could just play the year, and then we'll move on after we have 3 first-round picks in 2027. Then we can go with that. But I don't think just because of the way the year started and ended, starting 0-7 and ending 0-5. That's not the way you want to, start and end the season. Obviously, you didn't win one game in the beginning or the end, which I think he doesn't have enough room for error. Maybe he thought he would. I thought, I didn't think they were going to win many games. If they won 3 games and they were competitive in probably 10 of them, I would say, okay, I have a better feeling about this guy. But I can't sit here and say I don't know what this guy does good. Like I really don't. What does Glenn do well? That's what I was.
Aaron Glenn was the name. It was the name based on the things that he did. He played for the Jets, and it was all. And the Jets figured, hey, He's familiar with the organization, and the fans will be on top of it because he played and all this stuff. And sometimes that just doesn't work out. I mean, now here's a question for you as far as the quarterback situation goes, because you're a little bit more familiar with the Jets organization. What would you think about throwing the house at a team like Detroit or Cincinnati? We want Joe Burrow. We want Jared Goff. Here's some picks. Here's some players. We just need a quarterback, because you could get a lot of those other guys, but quarterback, if you don't have a good quarterback, I mean, your offense isn't going to run. What's your thoughts on throwing? I mean, Detroit in specific, because I don't think Cincy would give Burrow up that easily. Or Tampa. What about Tampa with Baker Mayfield? I personally thought Baker Mayfield, if he did ended up with the Jets, I know that was a possibility, especially coming out of Carolina. Thought it was a possibility, and it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts throwing the house at Tampa or Detroit?
Yeah, so the first part of that was with you said with Cincinnati. That would be my dream of what the Jets can do, because they would still have 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years, which me and Biggie are going to talk about this tomorrow night, but I'm glad you brought it up now. They have 5 first-round picks, so even if you go all out for Joe Burrow, you're still going to have first-round picks left over, because it's not taking 5 first-round picks to get a quarterback. It just if they say that, then you'd be like, you know what, I'm good. I'm not giving up 5 first-round picks for one player. I'm not doing that. But if you can do that and still have draft picks left over, oh yeah, go get Joe Burrow. Jared Goff, I don't know if the Lions will do, I don't know. I feel like the Lions are going to stick at him a little longer, but you never know. If he becomes available, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I like what you're saying with the Bucs, because I don't think the Bucs are going to have anything near their roster that they have right now. I think that's going to be a totally different looking team. They're a team that seems like they should have kind of blown it up a little bit sooner than they have. I know after Brady, they thought they were going to be able to keep winning. It doesn't seem like they can. So I think that's going to be, I think that's going to look a little different eventually. But yeah, I think if you can go out and get even a Lamar Jackson, I know a lot of people aren't too happy with the way he played this year, but he had a different injury literally every week. So I think that's another one. And I feel with the way the Ravens feel about him, I don't know if they would they would ask for as much as people think. I think they would just be like, you know what? I don't like the way his attitude, because his attitude hasn't been too great with the Ravens either.
Yes. And on a sidebar, for because we're talking about Lamar Jackson, I don't know how you feel about NASCAR. That's really bugged me. He's suing Dale Jr. for the rights to the number 8.
Oh, yeah.
That tells me all I need to know about a guy. You're suing probably one of the best racers to ever race over a number, because
that's ridiculous.
Brought the fame to the number. You ever hear of Cal Ripken? Have you ever heard of Alex Ovechkin?
Yeah, it's not just Lamar
Aaron
Jackson.
Rodgers wore 8 before you did, and he owned you yesterday. So, sorry, side note, go back to what you're talking about.
No, you're good, yeah.
I needed to say that.
Update with the game real quick, but Knicks on an 8-0 run right now, looking to extend it a little more. Let's see if you got that. That was a bad shot. But it's 83-67, 2:25 to go in the third quarter. So once the third ends, we'll thank EJ for his time, and then we'll move on to our next guest to end out the show. But the Knicks looking to make a little bit of a run. I'm glad you brought up the Jets. But yeah, that would be my number one thing with the Jets. I talk about this more tomorrow night, but the fact that if they can go and get a veteran quarterback, that's proven. That not like not like an older veteran quarterback that's kind of on his way out. I wouldn't do that. But a guy that's proven, that's done it, that's in a situation where maybe the team doesn't want him anymore, or he doesn't want to play on that team anymore, then the Jets should they have the most to offer for any of those teams looking to move on from their good quarterback or great quarterback that they have, like Joe Burrow. I think he's great. Anyone like that, the Jets have the most they can offer, and that's the way I would go, because you would still have a ton of draft picks regardless of how much you trade, and that's how I feel about it. Go ahead.
You're gonna have to be able to. You have to isolate what teams are. First of all, would be willing to give up a guy, and second of all, what quarterbacks are worth going after. Like, here's a question for you: do you think Kyler Murray would work out in New York with the Jets? I don't think he would work out. If Justin Fields didn't work out, I don't think Kyler Murray, who does essentially the same stuff, would work out. I just don't.
Mm-hmm. I think if the only way I would want Kyler Murray is if it was a short term thing, a year or two, yeah, I would do that. I don't think he's going to be a guy that honestly his next team he's on, I don't think he will be with that team for the rest of his career. I think he's going to be a guy that bounces back, around, but still starts. I think he's just not going to be a guy that's on a consistent team, kind of like what Sam Darnold has been since he's left the Jets. He went through a different path of being down in the backup and stuff like that, but he's been on 2 different teams last couple of years. Wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't get it done with Seattle, and say he has great years the next 2 years after this one with the Seahawks, and he doesn't get it done. I wouldn't be shocked if Seattle goes, you know what, you were great for us in terms of regular season play, but you're not getting us to that point. I think that's what Kyler Murray is, the type of player he can be, that he's good, but he's not all the way there where he's going to be a guy that moves on. But I wouldn't be opposed to Kyler Murray. The only way I want him, though, is if it's like a year or two short-term thing. Like we said before throughout the scenario, bring in Kyler Murray for the year, you draft a quarterback next year. That's what I would do. That's how I don't think he can be a guy that you look at and be like, yeah, you know what? I think he's, a future. Like, we don't have to worry about quarterback ever again. No, that's not the case with him.
Agreed. And you know what? To me, I'm not really thrilled with the people upcoming in this draft. I know a lot of people, especially in Pittsburgh, were squealing about if Aaron Rodgers doesn't stay, we need to draft another guy. I'm just wasn't really feeling it. I'm not looking at some of these guys and saying, wow, this is going to be a long-term answer. They're kind of striking me like the hype is too much, I think, for this draft. I'm just not really happy with a lot of the guys, even quarterbacks aside, just not impressed. Next year's draft's going to be great. This year's
really great. Yeah. No, this year I agree, especially with the quarterback. It's either like a guy that's talented, just doesn't have enough experience, or a guy that has experience but isn't that talented that you want to take a chance on him, or guys that don't even know if they're going to go to the draft that are so highly ranked because the quarterbacks aren't that good. There's a lot of question marks, but yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Speaking of college, I mean, I know how you feel about Notre Dame, and by the way, for the record, because I know Biggie's not on here to spout his anti-Notre Dame whatever. He'll tell me he's not biased. It's not that I hate Notre Dame. It's just because that's just the truth. No. And Biggie, I love you because I know you're watching. But listen, they got hosed. And to be honest with you, the ball that they were playing going into the playoffs, I am fully convinced that they hang in with a lot of the teams that were in the play. And just I hurt for you, JD, even as a Pitt fan, and there was a Pitt Notre Dame rivalry for a while, and we kind of still haven't gotten over it because whatever. I got a lot of respect for Notre Dame, and I think that they belong in the tournament. So I just will say that. But what are we seeing now? I mean, a lot of the college football playoff games have been pretty good, I would say. Love seeing Ohio State out there. Get them out of it.
Send them out, yeah.
Love to see little teams, man, like Indiana. When's the last time you saw Indiana do something?
No,
this
never.
Is great for them. I couldn't be more happy. And my boy Signetti, man, Western PA, my friend, Western PA. And then you know what? They do it differently out there. And I'll tell you, what he has done for that program just this year alone has got to be. Somebody's got to document this. Somebody has got to, not necessarily, somebody got to put a statue there. Just put it right down there and say, this guy changed Indiana football.
Yeah,
Point blank.
Definitely has.
I can't think of anybody else who came from Indiana that was noteworthy since like Antoine Randall or something back in the day. Like I can't think of anybody else. He's made them relevant again. And I'm happy for him. But hopefully Notre Dame gets back in. Hopefully Pitt and Notre Dame will make the playoff once in a while. Huh?
Yeah, hopefully next year. Next year should be, really good year. And I think it's going to be, like you said, like the way this year has been, like a lot of different teams. I think next year is going to be even more just because of what's happening, with the portal, NIL and stuff like that. A lot of teams are getting chances that they probably never thought they would have.
Right.
Like Indiana, like you just said. Like who would have thought? Like even last year, I was like, I don't. They're winning games, but I don't know if they can ever be like good after this year. And they're even better this year and probably going to be even better next year, which is the beauty of college, the way college is going right now too. But EJ, any final thoughts you got before we move on and bring in our last guest of the night?
I got 3 quick things to say. One, for those of you who call me Nipe, the actual pronunciation of my username, I'm just the Nipa Yinzer. NEPA is where Jake and I are. We're in northeastern Pennsylvania. So Nipa, and then Yinzer is what they call us in Pittsburgh. We're all Yinzers.
Yeah.
It's like a Pittsburgher type deal. The second thing is fire Mike Tomlin. And 3, thank you, JD, for having me on. And hopefully I'll be back. Marty, I love you, buddy. I'll see you later.
No, anytime, EJ. I'm all joking here, but you passed the quiz today. You did very well.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, yeah. And remember that other thing. I'm not going to spoil it for the viewers, but coming when football season is over, we're going to have a new little show that's within this show. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very fun. And EJ is going to be a part of it because I think he knows more sports than a lot of people that are out there. So
we're cooking. We're cooking with ideas.
For sure. But EJ, thanks for coming on once again.
Yes, sir.
Fourth quarter is coming up in just a bit. Knicks down 20, but see you, EJ.
All right, pal. Take care.
See ya. All right, as we wait, beginning of the fourth quarter, Knicks down 20, not playing good again. Yeah, I agree. The third game, this is going to be their 4th straight loss. Haven't looked good. I think they're just tired at this point. I think they're just lacking in the injuries. The guys are beat up a little bit. But let's see. Trying to see what we got our next guest coming up for the 4th, and then that'll be it. But we're trying to keep this streak alive. We're undefeated on Knicks live streams, and it looks like that's going to come to an end unless the Knicks can put together, a fourth quarter that they usually did in the play. They got done in the playoffs last year, which was very, very fun when they would go on those 20-point comebacks against the Celtics and just figure it out of nowhere. But there we go. All right. Let's bring him in. Another new guest, Antonio. Welcome in, Tones. How we doing?
What's up?
What's up? You hear me good or no? You good?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, all good.
All right,
all
nice,
good.
nice.
Yeah, so we got the Knicks coming up now in the fourth quarter. Antonio, very big Knicks fan. He also goes through the struggle of being a Jets fan, which we won't even talk about it because I say to people, don't bring it up, and they do it anyway.
Don't put me in a bad mood.
Yeah, no, exactly. We'll avoid that. He is a Yankees fan, so he does have that at least some kind of competence in his sports interests. But I don't know if you've been watching. I know you had other things going on before this, to come on. But the Knicks not playing good again tonight. I think they look very. Let's put it this way: they looked slow the other night against the Sixers, and they look even slower tonight. What do you think's going on with them? You think it's just playing all these games and no rest, or do you think it's maybe we need to make a trade for a certain someone in Milwaukee?
I don't know about a trade. I think they're just hitting like a mid-season slump.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's bound to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree.
After the NBA Cup, with all that lead into it, and they kind of hit the slump right after it. Could have something to do with that.
Yeah, I think that they haven't had more than a day rest in like 3 weeks, just based off of, like you said, NBA Cup. And then after that, they had to travel right away. They're playing back-to-backs and all that stuff. And then a great comment here with Josh Hart. They need Josh Hart back. And that was going to be the next thing I brought up to you was, listen, we all know Josh Hart, not the most talented guy in the world. We all know that. But the things that he gives to the team, I don't think that you can just you can't just be like, oh, you know what, Josh Hart's not playing tonight. We're good. We don't need him. That's not the case with him, right? And I think that you need his presence there every game if possible, if he's not hurt, obviously.
Yeah, no, but he's a spark.
Yeah, he's one of the you look
I can do it all.
I was gonna say you look at Detroit, right, and you look at them, you think of you think they're tough, like they're a tough team. They know how to play, when it matters in terms of like toughness and stuff like that. When Josh Hart's not there, I don't think the Knicks really have that. I don't really know who else I could think of that you look at and be like, yeah, he plays with toughness. Maybe OG, but besides that. Brunson's tough in his own way, but he's not like defensively tough. I don't think Bridges is. I'm not a huge Bridges guy anyway, but I don't think he is. Mitch maybe, but he's just kind of with the dumb fouls still, stuff like that. But yeah, they gotta listen. We all know that they have a good team, and we were talking about this earlier in the stream as well when I had a few other guys on. They have a good team. They just have to realize that. You lose a couple of games now, you can't just let it pile on. Like they lost 3 in a row, you got to be able to end this losing streak soon. Especially, I don't know if you looked at the schedule, but January's not that easy either. They got the West Coast trip coming up where they're going to be on the road for like a week and a half. That's its own, that's its own challenge, and that's going to be tough. But they got to withstand this. But yeah, I wanted to see what you thought about that with the trade because I'm getting mixed opinions because I do want to I want to see this team, like this group of guys, try to do it. But then if they don't do it, then what? Then in the summer you're going to panic and go and get them anyway, or maybe you're giving up a little more in the summer than you didn't have to do now. It's tough. It's a very tough thing. Very, very tough, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. It's the first time out.
I'm mixed on the trade. I don't know. I feel like I would do it, but like I wouldn't want to give up too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because like you actually could see that this team has bench pieces now.
Yeah.
But then if you trade like a lot of them, then you're like, okay, now we're back to we have superstars, but we don't have anyone to come in after that. Which when you want to beat a team that resides in Oklahoma City, you're going to need more than 5 guys on your team to win. You're a lot more than that. I'll tell you that. But let's see, 92-71 Pistons. Let's put it up on the screen. 92-71 Pistons, just the beginning of the fourth. I thought this game was going to be a lot better. That's why I was like, all right, you got the guys on for the first half. Then we have EJ, who just came on before you, and now you. And I was like, okay, maybe we'll have a nice little closeout with Antonio. And unfortunately, this game is not too good so far.
Yeah, it's a doozy.
It's been rough. Brunson's the only guy that actually has shown up today, which is not good. Brunson 25 and no one else has more than 10. Yeah, that's not good.
Isn't Cade's doing pretty good this game, right?
He's got 29. And he's only missed 6 shots the whole night. So yeah, he's doing whatever he wants. I mean, if you take, I was gonna say he's had 17 shots, only 4 3-pointers. That means he's driving and just literally doing anything he wants at this point. But yeah, they have a good bench as well. They got Ivy. I forgot about Ivy. Holland's a tough guy. He's like a Josh Hart type player. Stewart's a starter, but he's like that too. Yeah, they got a gritty team. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Pistons go out there and, do a little something in terms of a trade too, just to get them a little better. And they're injured as well. Duran's out. Tobias Harris is out. And it's not like we haven't seen this team before. Like the Pistons in the playoffs, we know that they were tough. That's just the way they play. It's just always the way they play. My voice is getting sore. Almost there. And I got the show tomorrow night as well, so we got to save the voice.
They play again tomorrow?
The Knicks are Wednesday, but we have the episode 89 tomorrow night too, where we just talk about, the normal the normal sports stuff. I try to fit in the Knicks streams, here and there. We got some comments for you, Tones. Let's see. Can you see it? I put it on the screen too.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what they decide to do with him.
I don't think they're getting rid of him.
They should keep him. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Think about this. I've been thinking about it too, because not really lately, but more in the middle, beginning of the year, I was like, okay, you got to give the guy a chance for a second year. But if you look at it now, when like the year is over, like what do you think that he's done? Like, what is he good at? That's how I'm thinking about it. Like, what do you look at him and be like, this guy does this well, where the Jets haven't done this well before? Like, I don't see it. I don't see anything when you look at him and be like, yeah, he does this well. I even like when Salah was here, year one, when they were just as bad as this, I think you actually looked at it and be like, okay, this guy can build a defense. You got to have a little bit of hope. With Glenn, I don't know. Like, I don't know what he does well. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. It's frustrating, but I know we were going to say no Jets talk, but I don't think. I just don't think he does anything well. That's why we need the Knicks to do really good for us and get it all the way to June. Because if they don't do that, we're done. We have no hope ever.
Who do you want them to draft?
No quarterbacks. I don't like the quarterbacks in this draft at all. I don't. And the one guy I'm not opposed to is not going to be there, because if Vegas doesn't take him, then the Jets better do backflips to the podium for Mendoza if he gets to, And I don't even think if you look at it, I feel in like, a normal, quarterback draft where there's a lot of guys that should be drafted, I feel he wouldn't even be in the top 5. I feel he would be under that. But with this draft, there's not really, that much talent in terms of quarterback. So he's going to obviously be the first guy because he has experience. He's smart. I just don't think he's like I don't think he's a first pick in terms of like superstar, like, skill set. I don't think he has that. Yeah, he can make a throw, he can do this, he can do that, but I don't think he does it like a first pick overall, worthy thing. And then he's not there. Then what else are you gonna? Dante Moore, who's played 15
Dante
college
Moore.
games. No, you can't go down. We already went down that road, but Zach Wilson didn't have a lot of college experience. So and they're not going to be the team that sits him. Like the Jets will not sit a rookie quarterback.
They can't.
They can't. Yeah, exactly. They can't. So it'll be a bad recipe, which hopefully I'm rooting for Dante Moore to say, you know what, I'm just going to go back to college. So the Jets have no choice.
He hasn't even declared yet.
Yeah, he has a couple more weeks though, because if you make the playoff, you have until like end of January. I think it's like January 23rd. So he's got a few more days. Yeah, there we go. Another Tone shout out. His debut on the show. Yeah, that's what I said. I said before you came on. I said the first half was more of like, well, me and Biggie always do our show together. CT's like a spot-in guest, and then Dom's like our Knicks live stream guy. So we had all that going in the first half. Nice. I was like, I want to give different blood here in the second half. It's been well. It's going really well. So I wish the Knicks were actually gonna win the game, but we're definitely gonna do more of these. And any Mets fans watching, I will do Mets live streams this year. I would probably do those by myself because I'll yell a lot. So I don't want to bother anyone else. But yeah, we'll do Mets streams.
No Yankees ones.
No, I don't like the Yankees. And the only thing, listen, I do actually talk about them. And if CT wants to do a Yankee stream, he can come on here and do a Yankee stream, and you can do it with him. But I will not take part in that unless it's like a World Series game or something. But no, I'm not promoting Yankees baseball. No, hell no, hell no. 101.73. So this game's
getting killed.
Over. Yeah. This game's over. 101.73. Let's put it update. 101.73. Spike Lee should have stayed home tonight. There we go. 101.73. Yeah, so we got Antonio on here for his debut. Looks like he's in the gamer chair when you're in the bedroom over there.
Yeah.
Nice painted walls in the back. There we go. I always like to see where everyone, has their setup a little bit. Dom was on his couch watching the game. CT, I don't know where he never reveals where he is. CT, I still don't know. Biggie's in his basement. He's got a nice setup in the basement. Who else? When we had Jet Specialist Ryan on, he kind of floats around different places. What other guests I've had? I don't think I've had anyone else, but yeah, you're in the bedroom.
I got my thing split screen right now.
Oh, you got the Knicks on there too?
Yeah.
I was having a really hard time with with getting on this game today because I thought it was on MSG, so I turned the TV on. I go on the channel and it's like, no Knicks game. I'm like, what? And then I look and I was like, only available on Peacock. Well, I have a Peacock account, but I couldn't get on my TV. I was scrambling around. It was terrible.
Yeah, I was having. I kept like clicking on the game. It kept saying like, not working.
Yeah,
I'd like reload.
That's another conversation for another day. But I can't stand that you have to watch or you have to sign up Christmas. You have to watch the games on Netflix. Like what? YouTube TV. I remember wasn't there a game on YouTube TV like the week one? Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible. Here we got another comment for you. What moves are the Yankees gonna make?
I want them to re-sign Bellinger.
CT wants that too. CT loves Cody Bellinger.
I like him.
Yeah, he's kind of the piece they need, honestly. Like I don't know, because I feel like he plays first base and outfield. He fits both the Mets and the Yankees very well in terms of what they need. But I personally don't want him because I feel like if he comes to the Mets, he's gonna have a down year because just the way he is in his career. But I think with the Yankees, he's been there, he's comfortable. Why not just go back there? But I don't know. I think his market is not as big as he thought it was going to be. That's what I think. I think he thinks that he was going to get a lot more money and the teams aren't budging on it just because, yeah, he's a good player, but he hasn't been like, he's not consistent every year. He'll have a great year like he did with you guys. And then even this year. Yeah, and he was good with the Cubs. And then the year before with the Cubs, he wasn't good. Then with the Dodgers, he was great and he was terrible after that. Yeah, that was a good one too. The Knicks from the 90s. I always hear about that. Well, this is a big one, too. When's the last time you dunked the ball? I don't know. Can you dunk?
No.
Got to lower the hoop a little bit. That's what I can't dunk either, so don't worry. I can't jump. I can't jump really any. I have no vertical, so don't worry about it. Yeah, still got this Pistons 101-73 coming back from break. The Knicks look like they're gonna put in their bench players soon. I think so.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be over soon. Got 9 minutes left, a little under 9 minutes left. Let's see. Celtics up, so Knicks lose and Celtics win. Celtics are going to be ahead of them, which is unfortunate. Raptors are winning as well. Thunder are losing by 17. What the hell? That's crazy. Yeah, the Knicks are putting in their bench.
Losing to the Hornets too.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It's not, they're not even losing to like a, you know.
I think the Thunder are on a similar slump the Knicks are.
Yeah, they have been. They've lost what? They lost 3 times to the Spurs, I think, in December. And then, you know, they haven't been really playing that good since. They were like 27-2.
They were like 24-1, and I think they kind of
they're 30-6 now.
Out.
Yeah. Yep, they're on a slump too, which happens. I just don't know. I'm not really too happy that the Knicks are getting blown out like this. I didn't know if they were going to win or not, but I didn't think they were going to, you know, lose like this. This is not good. Not a good showing against a team that's the best team in the East right now, and you should be. We'll see. We'll see what happens. 8 minutes to go. 101-76. Probably won't see Brunson for the rest of the game. He's sitting next to the coaches with his warm-up shirt on, so he's pretty much done. So, unfortunately, Tones came on and the Knicks are getting blown out, but hopefully next time we do a stream, it'll be a little better. I'm still trying to figure that one out, though, because like I said before, they're going on a West Coast trip, and I am not staying up to 2 in the morning to do a live stream. Definitely not. I love the Knicks, but we're not doing that.
My dad just asked me, what do you think of that Section 225B guy?
Oh, those videos, man. They're
the best.
When Glenn eventually gets fired, because I hope it does very soon, those videos are going down the drain, man. They got to come up with something else.
Hey, it's me, Aaron. So funny.
Where's your Joe Klecko jersey? I'm not gonna lie. You're getting the most, I think, comment questions that we've ever had. I mean, that means you're liked here.
It's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. 103-79. Oh man, Yabusele. That's the one guy on the Knicks roster that I can't stand him. He's one of the laziest players I've ever seen, and they actually signed him to a contract that they thought he would be, you know, something decent. And he's got
he wasn't like terrible with the 76ers.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't even in the what was he not? He wasn't in the NBA for like 5 years. Then he goes in the Olympics. He plays in the Olympics against Team USA.
Why he got signed. He had that.
Yeah, and he looked like he was the next coming of LeBron James. And then he goes to the Sixers. He was actually not bad. I think I was looking at this earlier. I think he was like he was a bench player, but he averages like 11 points a game with them. Yeah, 11 points a game with them. And then comes to the Knicks and he just can't do anything right. And he's just lazy. He's frustrating to watch. And now he lost his playing time. Kevin McCullough, he's a young player, and you losing your playing time to him. He's definitely. Even if they don't make a big trade, I think he's going to be traded anyway. I don't see him sticking around. It just doesn't even look like he wants to be here anymore.
Did you see that Trae Young, not officially requested, but like basically requested a trade?
Yeah, they're looking into it. I think he's going to be gone soon. I think he's going to go to the West, though. One of those Western Conference teams that needs a point guard. They're going to go and get him. I think. I don't know who, but I think someone. I know CT brought up the Rockets, but I think the Rockets put too many eggs in their basket with the team they have right now, so I don't think they're going to do it. I don't know. Denver doesn't need one. Spurs don't need one. Thunder don't need one. Lakers, Luka is the point guard, but it would be nice if they had another guy, I think.
That backcourt would get killed on defense.
Yeah, they would be cooked. They would score like 90 points combined, but they would let up a lot. Yeah, they would let up a lot of points. Yeah, 108-82, 5 minutes to go. I'm trying to think, what other teams in the West would need a point guard? Timberwolves kind of run through Anthony Edwards. They don't really need one. There's a bunch of the West teams. The Suns have been a lot better than people thought. They might be the team, honestly. But I know Devin Booker is there, but you get another guy in there. That might be the team. That might be the team. The Suns. That might be it. Yeah, the Nets definitely need to regroup. They have not played. This is going to be their fourth straight loss. They play Wednesday. I think they play the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers have been that bad lately. I think they're actually winning games. So
yeah,
the
Clippers are playing like they don't want the Thunder to have a high pick.
Yeah, that's insane. I can't.
Yeah.
I still can't
They have
believe
so
that
many picks.
They're this good and they still have all these draft picks. I mean, that's like the Jets' dream, right? Like they have when we have all these picks right now and we can do that. But that's crazy. The Thunder. I remember they would always trade like 5 second-round picks for a first-round pick, and you're like, whatever. Like nothing doesn't matter. Then you look at it now; they have like 2 or 3 first-round picks every single season. It's ridiculous.
Like, I think I saw a stat of they have like 28 something picks in like the next 5 years.
Yeah, and they don't even need them. Where are these guys going to play?
They don't need them.
unless what they start doing is, the older guys on the team, they trade them, but they don't have that many older guys. But if they do, they trade some of the older guys and, let the draft picks start coming in a little bit, and they can trade the draft picks for guys and stuff like that. Because I've seen like they're interested in Giannis as well, which honestly they would be the most. They would be okay. They would be okay
insane.
If they get. Yeah, they would they would be great. And then you still have either all the bench players you have or still a ton of draft picks you have. So they can be able to, after this year, if they get them now, they'll be able to still, fix the rest of the team besides, SGA and Giannis, which would be that they would be shooting 60 free throws a game combined. That's all they would do. It would
be boring
work,
game, but they'd win.
They would win. 111-82 with 4 minutes to go. The Knicks have emptied the bench. Pacome Dadier's in the game. Diawara, I think the dumbest NBA player I've ever seen. Ever seen him play? Oh, his IQ is not there. He lacks in the knowledge of the game. I'll tell you that. What was it? He started one of the games recently, and he came out after like 5 minutes and didn't go back in the game. Like he started. Played 5 minutes and did not go back because he shot he had 6 3-point attempts in the 5 minutes that he played. My headphones fell out. Yeah, Brunson looks miserable.
And I'm looking at like the stats now. 10 for 21.
Brunson?
Yeah, with
that's
no
not even
assist.
that bad. And the assist, no assist, and 6 turnovers, but 10 for 21 is actually not that bad. 50% almost.
Yeah.
Not bad. But he had no help tonight. Cat's another one. I'm over him too.
Yeah, Cat. I'm looking at Cat stats. Those are even worse.
Yeah, 6 points. How do you only take 4 shots?
Yeah.
You're 7 feet tall. You're literally 7 feet tall. How are you not like, you know what? Give me the ball. I'm gonna score. Like I don't get it. He's just not aggressive.
No,
that was the word with the game. He's still in. They should take Kolek out. We don't need him in this game anymore. Hakporty scored. I like that guy.
Yeah, me too.
He had like 15 rebounds. He was putting his body on the line. I think it was that Friday. He was going left and going crazy with the rebounds, and they couldn't come back, but still. 3 minutes to go. 114-86. Unfortunately, I'll write a comment. The streak is over. The streak is over for the live streams, so we're gonna have to start a new one soon. Streak is over, but before we'll sign off, obviously when the game's over. But before we sign off tomorrow night, we'll have episode 89. So the usual, we'll go through all the different sports. NFL, we're gonna do a lot more NFL. In terms of predictions, me and Biggie will do the teams that we're most confident in terms of the playoffs. We'll rank every playoff team who we're the most confident in. And I think we're going to surprise some people because I think the number 1 seeds in both AFC and NFC are not going to be in my top 5, which is crazy, but I don't think they will be.
No Sammy D?
Nope. I think he's going to lose in the first round, like he plays divisional rounds. Even the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to lose. I'm more confident in the Broncos losing than the Seahawks, but I think they both lose in their first game, which is obviously the divisional round with the bye week. college we'll talk about. We'll check in on our brackets, which took a big hit after Georgia lost. So I think 3 or 4 of us had Georgia winning the whole thing, and now they're out.
Really?
They didn't even win a game. Yeah, I was a big believer in Georgia. I thought they were going to be able to do it, but they lost. Ohio State lost. Miami, I don't know how the hell Miami is doing what they're doing right now.
Unexpected.
Yeah, I know we watched the first game together when they were like, yeah, they have a good defense, but they can't score. That was like a Miami watch party we were at. That was ridiculous.
Basically.
Against Texas A&M. But yeah, we'll do all that tomorrow. I don't know if Biggie mentioned on his channel or not, but he's bringing back doing again the playoff pick'em. So I'm going to be a guest appearance on his channel. I don't know if that's going to be live or not, but it will be out before Saturday. So I'll be on that after my show tomorrow. So I'm doing a little overtime work tomorrow night. Yeah. What do we think of Rodgers from yesterday? Why do we have to bring that up?
We had him.
Yeah, we had him and did not. We had him and won 6 games. 6 games in 2 years with them, or the 5 games last year, and then that first game he started somehow counted for his record. But yeah, he knows Ryan Downey. Yes, he does. Jets specialist. I agree. Yeah, you usually get good comments. Comments were going crazy today. Sometimes we have to give some people timeouts and stuff like that because they don't know how to act. But everyone behaved themselves tonight. But the last minute and 30, we got minute 30 left here, 116-88. Tones, any final thoughts? I appreciate you coming on, but any final thoughts you have here before we sign this one off?
No, thank you for having me. Hopefully the Knicks can get something going over these next couple games.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. They gotta stop the losing streak. Next live stream, if you're able, I'll text you or whatever. We'll get you back on definitely. But next time I think we're gonna mix and match. We'll combine some guys again. I think you and Biggie would be a good combo. I think together. You and CT too, because CT always likes to hate on the Jets. So at least I'll have someone else that can help defend me a little bit there. But yeah, once again, we'll have that episode 89 tomorrow. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Wish the Knicks were able to do better for us tonight, but the streak is over. Knicks are going to lose this game. I don't even know. There's 37 seconds left. Right now it's 120-190, so it's over. But thanks everyone once again.
This one's definitely over.
Yeah, this one is in the books. 30 seconds to go. It's over. But thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, and have a good night, everybody. Thank you.